It's the Bob and Tom Show.
How about you? Yes. Hi. Good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
I have an apology for Christy. I'll get to that in a second.
Right.
I'll get that to us. Okay. There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
Ready to go out into the African wilderness with Marlon Perkins and help.
That's another one of my old shirts.
Didn't you just wear that Monday?
Yes. I only have 4 shirts that fit.
Let me ask you something. Do you do laundry? I don't see you physically doing laundry.
I do, actually.
I see you conning someone upstairs.
I told you about that new place I found. $3
like that
a shirt.
place.
Have you dropped them off yet?
I have. I'm waiting for those to come back.
So help me to whatever you worship. If he is having someone else in a business do his laundry and they deliver it, I've
Place
had
right
it.
up the street from you that does laundry.
Thank you. Hi, Jeff Oskay.
Hi. I did 3 loads of my own laundry yesterday and managed to get some other
I don't
things
want to
done
brag,
as well.
but I dumped a couple loads in. You know?
Hey, speaking of loads, Christy.
There's Ace
What do you got this
Cosby.
weekend?
There's Willie Griswold.
Out of town, remember?
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom. Christy, I apologize.
What?
I called you a whore this morning. I'm sorry.
Oh, when did that happen?
You had a piece of paper I needed, and I might have said, "Where are you, you stupid whore?"
It was a piece of paper that he should have gotten on his own, but
It's all
since he was
all in fun.
he'd already planted his ass in the chair, didn't want to get up.
Oh, I
It's
don't
all
wanna
good.
I'm sick. I had a gallbladder.
Oh, I know. Had your gallbladder taken out.
You guys know about the gallbladder.
Okay.
I thought it was because I walked in here and you go, "What are you wearing? You're not a girl."
That was
you
funny.
should see how girly she looks.
It
Stand
looks
up.
so sweet. That's a beautiful outfit.
Christy looks lovely. For those
You know what
listening.
that is? That
Let's
is
turn around now.
That's totally that is one big lie. Is what that is.
It's gorgeous.
She's oh, I'm so innocent. No,
She looks very nice.
no.
Okay, look, I have a really busy week, and I don't have time to talk to the new HR people. Could you just stow it?
Hey, Radio Gods. This is from Mark. Why does Josh get more time off for COVID than Chick got for losing his gallbladder?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
More evidence. Josh is Tom's favorite.
Or
I can't deny it.
Josh just big pussy.
Johnson.
Josh was one of our headliners for our charity event tonight. He will not be there because he is now Typhoid Mary. He's
patient zero.
He's still feeling terrible.
Yeah.
Going on 5 days of this. Most people with the post-vaccine COVID don't get it too bad, but he's not doing well.
I
he's
had
okay,
it.
but
I had it, and I felt like I had something new and different and awful for like 12 hours, and that was about it.
the one thing I've concluded about all this is everybody's different.
Yep.
There's no standard procedure about this. So
You guys are lying. He's fine. He's watching all the Halloween movies.
Tommy was afraid to follow me tonight. I've heard that.
He was what now?
Afraid to follow me.
Oh, on
Afraid,
stage tonight, yes.
prefer?
I could
Yeah.
have sworn you said something about a furry.
Fur.
That's
Me
all
too.
I know.
I thought Josh had become a furry, and
Yeah.
well, that'd be weird.
which does not out
And in
of the
today's world,
possibility.
if he wanted to come in here and dress as an animal with a tail discreetly slipped in his anus,
You go,
in
brother.
shorts, that'd be fine.
Let your
I'm not
freak
gonna-
flag fly.
It's okay with me. Whatever you're into is okay with me. I don't care. Now, we have a lot to get to today, including a rather unusual topic, particularly in these days of gas prices being so high. We were talking about every once in a while you just get that urge and you hop in your car or whatever and go a very long distance for maybe some kind of just semi-normal snack.
I have one.
We have people that have driven hundreds of miles for
Well, that's-
various things.
You know that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's the adventure. It's, hopping in the car, and here we go. Here's one you'll like, Chick. This involves the Buckeye State.
Okay.
My wife and I drive 4 hours from Dayton, Ohio to Lesage, West Virginia to go to a place called Hillbilly Hot Dogs. It's in the sticks, but they've got great hot dogs. But see, you get this beautiful, that's a gorgeous drive through southern Ohio and West Virginia. You've been through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the whole thing. It's about the adventure. What have you got, Christy?
I lived in Key West. We would drive to mile marker 92 to get to the nearest Arby's. That's a 90-mile drive. But if anybody's been down in the Keys, you would know that it's about a 2.5-hour trek one way. He said Arby's sauce and horsey sauce is as good as currency in Key West.
How far is that? They film a lot of automobile commercials on that highway that doesn't say you're going the wrong way on that highway. How far do you have to go the wrong way before you can turn around? Because there are no exit ramps. It's just a
oh, you mean the one that goes through the Keys?
Yeah, like a 4-lane highway
I don't know.
over the ocean. There's nothing you can do. You can't get off and hit the rest stop. You know what I'm saying?
There's like Key Largo, I think, before that.
Yeah.
Key Largo.
Good question. I don't know.
Isla Mirada.
How about this one?
Bertie Higgins, yeah.
I've driven 6.5 hours one way from Midland, Texas to Lexington, Texas to stand in line for several hours to eat a plate of Snow's barbecue. It's worth it every time.
Wow.
Here we go. How can you guys forget Chick McGee once drove to Fort Wayne, Indiana for an evening of Miller Lite and grapes?
That's true.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. R. And I love this
think
one.
That's a rumor. And B, it was for sex, not just for the Miller Lite.
Okay.
And that's a different topic.
That's a totally different topic.
This one I love. This comes to us from Terry. He writes, we had not seen the sun for several days in South Dakota. We finally figured there has to be sun in North Dakota, so we drove 243 miles in search of the sun. We found it, had some adult beverages and some food, stayed the night, returned home with a dose of vitamin D and a big hangover. Thank you, Terry.
I've got a really good one here from Aaron. It says, my best friend and I decided to drive from Louisville to Gatlinburg to smoke weed in the Smoky Mountains. So look at that. How fun is that? The creative
See,
stoner.
it's got a nice theme.
Yeah.
I imagine that touches on something, which is, I imagine there are probably a number of people who drive to states where cannabis is legal.
Oh, yeah.
No idea what you're talking about,
I don't know
Pop.
what you're
Let's
talking
keep
about
it
either.
moving.
What is that Saturday 9 a.m. run?
So my question is this: do the cops on the other side
I always ask that, too.
sit there at the state line waiting for someone to drive by and pop them?
Yes.
Well, do they do that?
Yeah.
They do that with fireworks, right? Aren't there states that across state line you can buy different size?
Sure. Oh, and every time you get there, there'll be the huge sign, it's 4-Finger Charlie's fireworks next exit.
Right.
Yeah.
I know exactly where one of those places
Hilarious.
is. I went in there. It was the biggest warehouse I've ever seen. It was all fireworks. It was great.
Well, you can
There's-
buy sparklers.
There's a road that one side of it is on a legal state, and the other side of the road, if you're going the other way, is a non-legal state, and they will pull you over on that road and arrest you.
What?
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's
At least that's what happened to my friend.
Yeah.
fish in a barrel.
There's, in that same situation in a legal state, when you go from the legal state to the non-legal state, there's a billboard that says, you just puff past us, which is a very fun copywriter having a good time marketing a felony. Because if they want to, they'll throw the book at you, man.
Do we have better things to do with our police dollars? And
You would think.
the brave men and women who are cops, do they really, does this matter for them to bust people with a couple of joints?
Stop hassling me, man.
Okay, here we go. I have driven 3 hours to Fort Wayne, Indiana to get Fort Wayne's famous Coney Island Wiener Stand hot dogs. If you've tasted them, you will understand. There seems to be a theme to these. A lot of these involve hot dogs or chili.
People drive
Or
all across the
barbecue.
country to go to Sweetwater Music Store in Fort Wayne. People love that place.
Oh, yeah, that
I
place
love
is
this.
amazing.
Great. I've gotten stuff at Sweetwater.
Now,
Yep.
Pat,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little teaser here.
Yeah.
Why not a song right now? Why not?
Boom.
Friday. Boom. Boom. Song. Boom.
Lights on.
You killed his spirit.
You're inhibiting my creativity.
You're inhibiting my mortgage payment. Pat, this is something kind of special. It involves the Beatles.
What?
And, yeah.
I think it's finally we start talking about these guys. All right.
It's a special Beatles thing. Can you have something Beatlesque ready for me when we come back?
Sure.
Also, our friend Tom Wilson, the actor from Back to the Future,
Yes.
is in the news. Ace, you're going to love this story because it involves one of your favorite things.
Bad TV?
VHS tapes and how incredibly valuable they can be. It's the new collectible. That's all coming up. Right now, let's talk about, speaking of food and driving long distances for food, how about not driving anywhere? and making great restaurant quality meals at your house. That's what HelloFresh is all about. They do the shopping. They do the driving. The box arrives. The ingredients, of course, are all fresh. They've also been pre-measured. The recipes are on big cards, easy to read, pictures, the whole deal. So if you don't know a pomegranate from a packet of ketchup, it shows you what they look like. Quick and easy, family friendly. Those are some of the choices you'll have. 30 recipes to choose from every single week. Also, this is really one of the keys. Very easy to switch up the schedule. Take a few weeks off, go on vacation, whatever you want to do. You can do maybe one meal a week, maybe 4, whatever you want to do. That's the whole idea of this. And HelloFresh, you'll be making stuff like Willie.
One of my favorites, the saucy pork burrito bowl with cilantro citrus rice, charred poblano, salsa fresca, and smoky crema. HelloFresh is going to send you 9 ingredients, including the smoky red pepper crema. In just a half hour, you'll have this delicious burrito bowl from our friends at HelloFresh.
The code is BTShow16. Now, why do you need a code? Well, you go to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. And with that code, you'll get 16 free meals and 3 free gifts as part of a very special package. Once again, BTShow16. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. My kids clean their plates, and believe me, that's a tough call. BTShow16, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, a little Beatles tribute, a weird scene at the funeral home.
And Dubs are champions. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about it.
And alien radio signals, again. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
And a good Friday morning to you. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks for joining us here on the 17th of June, 2022. Jeff Hoskey in the news we failed to mention on the way on a Friday. And you all morning long. Josh Arnold out recovering from the COVID. And Jeff Hoskey sitting in the sidekick chair. And we thank him for that, getting up early, coming on in. Although he always gets up early and comes in. But today he's on the show. So Jeff Hoskey featured with the news we failed to mention on a Friday. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news. Beyonce fans figured something was up with her when she removed her profile photos across all her social media platforms last week. I don't know how I missed that. Now we know what's happening. She's dropping a new studio album next month. It's titled Renaissance, and the 16-track project drops July 29th. Beyonce's already begun listing music and merch on her website and several streaming services. Renaissance would be the follow-up to 2016's Lemonade. After a day of opening statements, there was no action in the trial of the man charged with the shooting death of Nipsey Hussle. Court adjourned for the week and is set to resume Monday. Eric R. Holder charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of the rap star in 2019. Holder could get life in prison if the jury agrees with the prosecution. After a glittering career stuffed with #1 hits, not to mention a 2-year pandemic delay, Mariah Carey finally inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame Thursday, but not before challenging her new fellow members to do better by women. Carey noted that of the 439 total inductees in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, only 32 have been women up until now. Congratulations to Mariah Carey. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi, just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my Take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
25 people were injured after walking over hot coals in northern Switzerland.
Good.
13 hospitalized with more severe injuries.
Good.
Details about the incident or why people at the event walked over hot coals were not released.
Because they're idiots.
Mind over matter, my friend.
No. Physics over stupidity.
Me feet on fire, me toes on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute, we catalog key pieces of audio for archival and historical purposes. We continually research and examine significant pieces of audio to ensure their accuracy and validity. Today, we look at the first ever recording by Thomas Edison, where in 1877 he successfully recorded the following on a primitive wax cylinder.
A little piece of practical poetry. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
The distinguished staff here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute noticed the labeling method used by Mr. Thomas Edison. This famous piece of audio was labeled 05TE for Thomas Edison, 02. Knowing this format is the industry standard to this day, we here at the Institute theorize there must be a 05TE01. After years of research and investigation, we have uncovered the following audio cylinder. This is the very first ever recording by Mr. Thomas Edison.
The first words I spoke in the original phonograph. Here we go. What's up?
This has been a Bob and Tom Audio Institute exclusive. Thank you for joining us.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
When grandfather dies, life will be strange. When grandfather dies, my whole world will change. When grandfather dies, I'll scream and I'll yell, 'cause I'll be rich as hell.
And then I figured I didn't need to write anymore.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
In his casual Henry Blake wear. That's nice. That's nice, Pat.
Radar.
There's Jeff Oskey. That's
Sure.
right. Josh Arnold's still home with COVID, or so he tells us. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, hold your right arm up, Ace. Hold it up. Hold it up. Check that out. He's got got a wristband on. He's ready to work today.
Ready to rock.
A Raiders wristband. You planning on sweating so much today?
When I'm on stage tonight, I've got to go.
Okay. All right.
You know that's like 14 hours away. You know that. So, hi, Willie.
Ace, are you a towel over your shoulder on stage guy to wipe the sweat off just in case?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, like a handkerchief, like Meatloaf? Let me sleep on it. Hi, Tom.
Hey, who used to do that? Oh, Satchmo did that.
Yeah, Meatloaf.
You know, you call Louis Armstrong Satchmo like you guys grew up together.
You call him Louis Armstrong.
Okay,
You can say, oh, Satchmo. did
Louis
that."
Armstrong. Okay. Louis Armstrong famously had the
That's the airport in New Orleans, right?
He'd be doing hello, Dolly, then he'd have the all sweaty.
Louis
And,
Armstrong.
Yeah, Satchmo International.
Hello, Sally.
is that
Ooh,
is there call code Satchmo? It should
No,
be.
it's
You know, if I can do it, I don't think it's performing. Okay? There, I said it.
He's the best.
Just play the horn, dude.
You have to wonder what I'm sure the origin of Satchmo. I'm hoping it's really filthy. You know, Satchmo. You know, some kind of.
Well, it used to be Snatchmo, but we knew we couldn't.
Well, I
go
was
with
going to
that.
let the audience figure that out on their own without having to underscore it with.
You could also go Sackmo, and that's sort of a different version.
Yeah, but in any event, where were we? I'm trying to get my computer organized over here. I don't know what's going on in the world of electronics, but everything seems to be failing and turning off.
Everything's fine in my world. This is all you.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's not all me.
I had a little bit of trouble, so yeah,
me
I don't
too.
know. Nobody asked, Pat. What? Your personality mirror, you.
That was a part of the show.
Me too.
Having conversation. The
Me too.
Wi-Fi went out.
I'm over here.
My Wi-Fi went out too.
He opened his mouth. He does a song.
Okay, well, I've got something for you guys.
Here he is now.
Pat, did you hear about Global Beatles Day?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's founded by a woman named Faith Cohen.
She's a friend of mine.
You know Faith?
Yeah.
She's a huge Beatles fan.
Bring her in here right now. If you
At last, the Beatles get attention. This is nice.
Now, I just want to say, I'm just trying to give you guys
Faith.
a warning because Global Beatles Day, of course, is observed on June 25th. Which is...
So we're counting it down? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Well,
yes,
not here. It's on a Sunday, right? Or a Saturday?
Well, Paul McCartney's birthday is this Sunday. He's 80.
There you go.
I'm going to strangle you.
So, as we get ready for Global Beatles Day, a celebration of the Beatles, there's a great quote here that a friend of ours named Dave Lindquist printed up.
Yo, DL.
And
he's a friend of mine.
It's quoting the great Kurt Vonnegut. In his book Timequake, Vonnegut wrote, I say in speeches that a plausible mission of artists is to make people appreciate being alive at least a little bit. I'm then asked if I know any artists who pulled that off. I reply, the Beatles did. What a great quote. Isn't that sweet how nice the Beatles are?
Did you understand that?
Nope.
I didn't either.
I zoned out about halfway through, to be honest.
When he said plausible,
sometimes I forget that I'm addressing the illiterati.
Jeff brings up a good point. There are things that you do and talk about, like Graham Parker and the Tombstone and the Beatles. I just check out, Dan. And when you stop talking, I come back.
So what was the basis of the sentence? Bands should try to play live. What?
Something about how
a great artist will make you appreciate being alive.
Being alive, not playing live. Okay, I heard something about playing live.
Maybe I didn't read it clearly. I apologize.
That's kind of a lofty goal there.
Yeah.
That's a little self-important.
I think this show in many ways does that. People say to themselves, I'm so glad I'm not, then they would, glad I'm not Tom. I'm glad I'm not Christy. I'm glad I'm not Chick.
I'm glad I'm not in that room.
Yes.
That's what they're saying.
After shows, the number one line I get is, hey, is your daddy really crazy?
So the point of this exercise is, Pat, in honor of the forthcoming Beatles Day.
Paul's birthday.
It's Paul's birthday this weekend. I thought perhaps we do a a little Beatles tribute. You got anything over there?
Yeah. Now that I'm older, life isn't fair with the midlife bankruptcy. I'm late on every payment with a balance due. Can't pay my doctor, he's gonna sue. Gigs have dried up, I can't get a loan. I've never been so poor. Will you still love me, but no one above me? If my credit score was 364. Hey! Captain Success.
Thank you, Captain Success.
You know, I tease Pat a lot, but that was really average, Pat. Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Thank you very, very much.
You're in a rare mood today.
What is the lowest credit score you can have?
Around 3 something,
I think
Oh,
you get
no.
like
I think it's like 250.
275, 250 if you put your name on it. Yeah.
Sort of like the SATs. You show up, you get a couple hundred points. Okay. Well, thank you, Pat. And we'll be counting down the days till Beatles Appreciation Day.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
would you
will.
like me to get Faith in here? She could talk all about it. She's really cool.
Yeah.
Is she
Really
hot?
cool girl.
She's
What?
single?
Is she hot?
She is very
Sounds to
attractive
me-
and has a very nice
Well,
husband.
You better
Are
organize.
they into soft swinging?
I don't
No,
know.
we should explain soft swinging. You're not soft because you're having anatomical or biological issues.
Right.
Soft swinging means there's no penetration.
No penetration.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought soft swinging.
And if you want Faith to come in, you might want to organize it. It sounds to me like she celebrates a lot of holidays. So, probably.
Could we move forward here?
Wait, real quick. I thought soft swinging was when you drink too much whiskey and you kind of have to.
Oh, no, Willie. That's
What was that?
I don't know, but it's going to go viral.
Could someone get Sam on the phone? I can't watch this.
Did you just call him Sam?
No, I said I want Sam on the phone. Now he's
Sam
at
taught me to soft swing.
He's at Bonnaroo right now.
Yes, I know.
I saw that.
I've
I said-
seen the
Oh,
pictures.
He's drunk in the mud.
Oh, I don't know if it's drunk.
Hey, what a great time! What a great time! 100 degrees, mosquitoes everywhere, thousands of strangers, warm water, no ice. What a great time!
I got that annual call, and I go, "Are you out of your mind?" No, I just had my gallbladder out. Leave me alone.
So let's see, where were we? Oh, we're celebrating Beatles Day. Coming up in the news, a friend of the show, actor Tom Wilson. You probably know him as Biff from the Back to the Future movies. He's on the national newswire this morning because of something really cool that Ace will lose his mind. It involves the sort of new field of collecting VHS vintage tapes. And when you hear how much he sold one for, you're going to go, I've got to go down to my basement and see if I have any tapes around.
Let me ask you this. Are they VHS tapes like I'm assuming Ace owns, self-recorded?
No.
Or are they manufactured for the distributor?
Manufactured.
Those VHS tapes. Do you have any of those?
Oh, yeah.
You do? All right.
Are any of them sealed, unopened? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
You're going to want to hear the story.
You're going to want to hear this. Also, we do have some sporting news. Steph Curry, MVP.
What's happening?
Steph Curry. Awesome performance last evening. I know.
Oh, did they win?
The game started, at midnight?
9.
Japan time.
6 o'clock Eastern. Golden State Warriors are NBA champions once again, beating the Boston Celtics 103-90. Their 4th title in the last 8 seasons. That's half the time Warriors are winning. Steph Curry had 34 points for the Warriors, claimed the franchise's 7th championship overall. And as Tom said, Steph got the mop. Most outstanding player.
Could we go back to MVP for God's? Who changes all this stuff?
And then here's the
but that mop is like he got the toilet wand. No, it's not good. And then same with GOAT.
And here is the whoever writes this at AP. He was a frustrated novelist. Are you ready? This is the sentence. And this one completed a journey like none other. After a run of 5 consecutive finals, then a plummet to the bottom of the NBA. And now a return to greatness just 2 seasons after having the league's worst record.
This is the first line, call me Ishmael?
I don't know what's going on.
God.
Anyway, this quote I'm going to play is from Klay Thompson last night. They interviewed him after the game. He's very happy, but it is causing a problem in the Bay Area, and I'll tell you why after you hear it. Here's Klay.
How were you able to push through, to focus on what could be?
That's Lisa
getting back
Salters.
here.
Well, I had to have my big bro talk me off the ledge a few times. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do nothing. I was immobilized. And I'm such an athletic person. I love to be mobile. And he would just tell me, patience. It's going to all pay off. I'm just thankful to be here, man. This is crazy, Lisa. I can't even believe it. I knew it was a possibility. To see it in real time, holy cannoli. This is crazy.
Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli.
So there's been a run. There is a run going on right now on cannolis in the Bay Area.
Has he been hanging out with my grandma?
Holy cannoli.
That's hilarious.
Exactly. Holy cannoli.
And that's the problem?
Yeah, well, no, it's not a problem. It's just kind of funny.
Oh, that's great.
It's heartwarming.
That's hilarious.
And it also, that references what whoever wrote that article should have said is that Klay and Steph were both injured the year that they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not that they fell all the way to the bottom. They didn't have a team.
Klay was out 2 years, maybe a little bit more than 2 years.
And he's the guy that they had to throw out, the guy that dressed up like him, pretended to be him, and actually got there for the shoot around.
There was a Klay Thompson lookalike on the court.
Who's got his own podcast.
Right.
I bet he was in bars last night celebrating.
Oh, I bet he was.
Why, yes. I'm Klay Thompson.
I'd meet him back in 1 hour.
Yeah.
That guy has to be insufferable.
Oh, can you imagine?
He did say this during an interview. Everyone thought I was Klay. It was so great.
Oh, God.
Guys like that usually end up with a morning radio show for about a week. It's like those the various strippers who end up with politicians. They get sort of semi-famous very briefly, and well.
Did you watch any of the game last night? Did you check it out? Did you see it?
I could not. I had a very difficult long day.
Did I tell you how I'm never going to die?
Wait, what?
What happened last night with your the NBA championship and you, Willie?
I might have had a little bit of cash on the Warriors. I might have put a little bit of cash on the Warriors about a month ago. That paid off a little bit. And old Al Horford, he may have lost last night, but he got 8.5 rebounds, baby. And
that was
all
enough.
I needed. That was enough. Big fun night for old Will.
See, that's the beauty of wagering.
Yeah.
You get to, especially when you get to root for stuff that is fairly insignificant.
Oh, rebounds are fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rebounds don't hurt nobody.
Oh,
yeah,
no. He was going for the rim like a 22-year-old that brought baby wipes to Bonnaroo, man. It was fun. Come on.
Going for the rim like a veteran prison when the new meat comes in.
New meat.
Oh, it's rim job. Sorry. It's time to
I really worry about you. I really do.
Holy cannoli.
Thank you.
Dear.
I brought that up because there's a story coming up about, do you remember the guy Joe Exotic?
Sure, he's in.
How
he's
can we
in,
forget?
the Who Scout?
Tiger King.
The prison wedding is off. We'll hear about that coming up. He had a so-called prison fiancée.
Yeah.
You may have heard about that earlier. The wedding's off. We'll get to that later.
Dear Chick, there's a place called Clyde's Restaurant. It's a drive-up diner and is located in Manistee, Michigan. Is that right? Yeah. They greet you on roller skates, and their Clyde burger that they serve is 3 times the size of a Whopper. The spouse and I drive over 2 hours to have a burger.
Here's a good one. I was living in Hong Kong. My wife is a flight attendant. We would wake up on a Saturday morning, fly to Manila for lunch and a massage. Then it says, out of the gutter, Chick. It's not a happy ending massage. Then fly back to Hong Kong that night in praise of discounted tickets. This is there's a lot of these great ones.
That's what I need. I need a friend with a private jet.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be all right.
We need that friend. I don't have that.
Yeah, get on that, will you?
Wait a minute, I do have that friend.
a jet, Tom?
I do have that. I have an acquaintance.
Well, an acquaintance is only a putt away from a friend.
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't.
Diane writes, we've driven 6.5 hours one way from Kennewick, Washington to Fields, Oregon, in the middle of nowhere for the best hamburger and old-fashioned milkshake you've ever had. Diane, you forgot to tell us the name of the place.
Well, that's burying the lead.
Do they still do that though? Where they give you? Remember at Steak and Shake, you would get your shake, and then they would give you the metal container.
Yeah, with the rest of it in it.
Yeah, that was the best thing ever. Do they still do that? At the
They do that with my margaritas sometimes.
Well, get right down to the important. So it's
Leave the shaker.
Hey, you got I'll take a margarita and extra, please.
And we have decided that we need to put together a comedy tour that revolves around some kind of funky, cool local restaurant.
I think it begins and ends with Lambert's. We're at home
with the Throwed Rolls.
Throwed Rolls. We have to go there.
We do.
There are a couple of those, right? I think
there are 2. Yeah.
Okay. If you have an exotic journey you've gone on for a cheeseburger or chili or barbecue or whatever it might be, fish sticks for all I know.
Would you get in the car with me, jump in the car with me, and drive to an In-N-Out burger? And I haven't been able to find out where the closest one is. I think
Texas.
It is Texas. But you like driving to Texas. You love that.
Yeah.
We're still here.
I had my first experience at a Waffle House in Arkansas on my way to Texas.
There were these normal people there.
Yeah.
You talk like an alien.
Well, I'm a big fan of pancakes, and sometimes Finn and I will get up on a Saturday. We'll go to various pancake joints. I'm still in search of the perfect pancake.
What do you have against waffles?
I assumed the waffles. I thought the Waffle House would also have pancakes. I was quite disappointed. I had a waffle. It was okay. I just don't like.
So you went to Waffle House for a pancake?
Well, I figured they have.
You go to Burger King for a Big Mac?
Well, no. At Burger King, you can have a fish sandwich.
Well, you can't walk up and get a hot dog. What's wrong with you?
Sorry.
Hey, I found it, Chick. It's Rockwell, Texas. 12 hours, 54-minute drive.
Oh, that's nothing. Me and you in a closed car, 24 hours
It's a
over and back.
suburb of Dallas, actually.
Well, the good news is I have earbuds.
Yeah?
That is good news. No, you know what? That's not good news. That's great news. And we have a little Raycon love. Driving down the highway with my buds in my ears.
Raycons are they're half the price of those other earbuds and twice as good. And we get love letters. Go ahead, you got one.
Dear Chick, it wasn't any better. My Raycons, everything is clear and crisp and impeccable. But your content wasn't any better.
No, we promised this show, what did we say, 37% better wearing Raycons?
Yes, we did.
Clearly that was a lie.
Maybe it's audio quality.
Thank you guys every
Not
day.
content.
I thank you guys that I got them.
That's the whole point.
To replace my big box buds and big audio. Ooh. Take premium audio with you everywhere you go. Maybe you're working out. Maybe you're having a picnic. Maybe you're watching a polo match.
Maybe.
Raycon. Also, you get 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. Unheard of. And you get all this for around half the price of other premium audio brands. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. Want to see for yourself what the hype is all about? Go to buyraycon.com/Tom. It's just that easy. And boom, 15% off your Raycon order, just because you know us. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
And get right with the law in some states where you can't be holding your phone up to your ear. Coming up, we got a great letter from Ron in Saginaw.
Hi, Ron.
I love his journey because I've done this exact one. And then there's an In-N-Out Burger in Vegas. Paul and Kimberly have got the right idea about how to get that. Also, coming up in the news.
Did you say there was an In-N-Out Burger in Vegas?
I did.
Holy cannoli. This is crazy.
Holy cannoli. It's crazy.
Can you combine that with our L.A. quarterback? We can have a little medley of...
I don't know.
I'm damn happy to be standing up here with you guys celebrating this. Come on. Holy cannoli.
It needs maybe have Dean handle
work on that. Yeah,
Dean handle the control.
We'll work on it. We'll put it up.
We're coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? Well, get him a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Sweeney-san, good morning. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. You know, Father's Day coming up. As a matter of fact, it's Sunday. Looking for a last-minute gift? Well, do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? How about giving him total access to the entire Bob and Tom library? A Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A Bob and Tom VIP membership. That's right. Just check out the link at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. As we roll through this Friday, it's June 17th. Thanks for joining us, Jeff Oskey. And the news we failed to mention on deck. Stay tuned all morning. You never know what's going to happen. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed after the severe flooding. Business owners in some of the gateway towns leading to Yellowstone National Park trying to figure out how they'll make ends meet without a steady stream of tourists. June, typically one of Yellowstone's busiest months. Officials say the park's southern part, which features Old Faithful, could reopen as soon as next week. The northern end, which includes Tower Fall and the bears and wolves of Lamar Valley, could stay closed much longer, perhaps for the rest of the summer. Officials are hoping Gardner, Red Lodge, and other small communities can draw visitors even without access to the park. But some business owners are growing frustrated at all of the cancellations. Meanwhile, Costa Rica has been reeling from unprecedented ransomware attacks, disrupting everyday life in the Central American nation for the last 2 months. The situation raising questions about the United States' role in protecting friendly nation from cyber attacks at a time when Russian-based criminal gangs are targeting less developed countries in ways that could have major global repercussions. Experts believe developing countries like Costa Rica are ripe targets for ransomware gangs, which have stopped going after big game targets after several high-profile attacks last year, including a pipeline attack that led to major gas shortages in parts of the United States. That's a look at things you may have missed on a Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
Been so hot, man.
How hot's it been?
Well, my dream house now is an igloo.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
And chick, just for you, it's been hot.
How hot's it been?
I saw 2 fire hydrants fighting over a dog.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Okay, come on. That was fun.
No, it's not.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
There's a new documentary out there entitled Sick. It's the winner of the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival Award. The film chronicles the life and times of super masochistic performance artist Bob Flanagan. In one scene, Flanagan is shown hammering a nail into, then removing it from his most private part, which would be his penis.
Wow. Boy, what if he misses and hits his thumb?
Well, then that would hurt, Bob.
Yeah, there's a bone in there.
That's really going to hurt.
That's going to hurt. Hold on a second. Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom?
Yes.
Yeah. Bob Vila.
Bob Vila, the
Hiya, Bob.
famed home repair host. How's it going, Bob?
Pretty good.
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, you guys are talking about something. It's pretty common.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the home repair guys do it. I do it all the time.
You actually take a nail and pound it into your penis on purpose?
Heck yeah.
Now,
Really?
do you use a nail gun or do you use a regular traditional hammer and nail?
Oh, I'm not a conservative guy. Just use a nail.
Okay. Oh, okay.
In fact, I was at the hardware store the other day picking up a nail just for that.
Uh-huh.
And I took it up to the counter. The guy goes, that'll be $1. I go, great. He goes, that'll be $1.04 with tax. I go, tax? Wait, I am kinky?
Tax
Good morning, sunshine. To the max, there, follow me in our
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question.
Sounds fun.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Present.
Pat Godwin, my man.
Hey,
In the performance room, there's Jeff Hoskey.
That's right.
There's Ace Cosby, manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morrow, sir.
And good morrow to you. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Well, thank you very much. We have a number of people that are sending us journeys that they have taken, the stories about a journey that they have taken, maybe to just go grab lunch in some exotic spot. And this is really fun. I really love this stuff. Here's one from Ron in Saginaw, Michigan. He goes, I'll ride my motorcycle at least once a year, 9 hours there and back from Saginaw to Cross Village, Michigan, to my favorite Polish restaurant.
Here we go.
I have been at this place many times. It's called Legs In. They say that the song from Bob Seger, Fire Lake, was written about that view.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
You're looking over at the islands off the...
Do you remember how much he talked about Legs In, and then we went there?
Yeah, there's like a bad,
It was like-
bad sauce, and it was awful. I thought...
The view was nice.
It's true. I did not care for it.
I didn't care for the food, but
It's
the view
Polish food. My Sam's wife is from Poland, and she says it's the best.
I'm Polish, and that's just Polish food. It's horrible.
They're too busy bowling. They should pay more attention to their food.
You said it's a Bob Seger song based off it?
They say the rumor is that Bob Seger wrote Fire Lake about the view there because you see the sun setting right by the Mackinac Straits. There are these beautiful islands there.
That's fascinating because I know the hokey Pokey was also based off it.
Spell what you're saying.
What do you mean?
Legs in or legs in?
Legs in.
It's L-E-G-G.
Like legs, like you walk on your legs.
I said spell it, you jerk. You don't have to keep saying it. It's L-E-G-S.
I think anyone with even moderately effective hearing would be able to hear.
I thought you were saying L-A-K-E-Z-I-N-N for like ever. And I finally...
Laxin?
No, Legs in.
It's legs in.
Yeah.
It's the first time
It's a beautiful log cabin. It's a gorgeous, gigantic log cabin.
First time hearing about it.
And it's famous for the so-called tunnel of trees, the winding road from Harbor Springs to Cross Village.
What are those Polish raviolis called? What are they called?
Pierogies.
Pierogies. Thank you very much.
The point is, it's not necessarily about the food; it's about the journey.
Well, thank goodness.
It's one of the great drives in North America.
Okay, stop throwing up. Look at this view.
Get out of the bathroom.
I honestly, Tom, I have never been so disappointed, and that covers a lot of territory in my life than the food at Legs In.
I am with Chick on this one.
I couldn't believe it.
I think Mr. Oskar made the point. If you don't like Polish food, you're not going to like the food there. But
I like
much
Polish food.
about Polish food.
Yeah, it's like a deep fried dough and the meat in the middle. What's not to like?
Oh my gosh! Okay. Are we missing the point? Yes, we are. It's about the journey. Oh my gosh! Maybe you'll like this one.
Okay, try something else.
I was driving my wife to work this morning, and you were discussing how you'd like to travel to get something. I asked my wife, if you have a craving or something, how far would you go to get it? Without hesitating, she blurted out, Las Vegas, because she wants to go to the In-N-Out Burger in Las Vegas. We live in northern Wisconsin.
Oh, that's quite a drive.
Oh, I guess I better take her to Vegas soon. She's been working hard. She's an RN. And we haven't gone anywhere since COVID started. Well, this is a great idea. This is from Paul.
Well, when Ace and I go to Vegas for the Colts game, Colts Raiders, I'll get them an In-N-Out Burger as long as they get me some Spotted Cow beer from Wisconsin. Do a little trade here.
We can work that out. Yeah, you got to get me the information on that. You guys are going to broadcast. Are you going to be able to broadcast the next morning from Vegas?
It's one form or another.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 3 in the morning there. You guys will be. It'll be the worst phone call ever.
Ace is a radio professional, and I'll be
the
hungover.
funniest.
This is chapter 4 of Ace's book.
I'm funny when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
So that's been the problem.
Too sober in the morning.
Serve them up.
Chapter 4 of Ace's book is say anything you want. You don't have to follow up. You know that. So, yeah. I can broadcast it better.
And maybe we should do it this way. Maybe we should send you guys out on a Thursday, and then you can broadcast semi-sober Friday morning from Vegas.
That's a good idea.
Like pregame it. We could wait till 9 Eastern time to have you on.
Cool. I have a suggestion. Maybe they should leave right after today's show. That way they get used to the time zone and you acclimate to your surroundings. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Vegas is like a mile above sea level. So
they have to acclimate. I've got a gig tonight, so.
Oh, that's right. He has a gig tonight. Don't forget.
I know. I'm going to be there. I can't wait. You don't have to get me anything for my birthday or Christmas after tonight.
Hey, can I ask you a question? When you guys were kids back in the day, did you ever drive across state lines to get the 3-2 beer?
Yes.
That I've heard about?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The state of Ohio was one of the states that had a 3-2 beer, which meant
for kids 18.
You could be 18 and drink 3-2. There were also 3-2 beer bars that only had people that were 18, 19, 20.
Right.
So, you know,
in this state, you couldn't buy beer or alcohol on Sundays back then. And so if I overindulged on a Saturday night with friends, we'd have to get up and go to another state to go get beverages.
Right.
That or plan ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's that.
just a modicum of planning. You wake up on Sunday. There's no beer. Why didn't we go yesterday and pick up extra beer for Sunday morning? No, let's drive to Ohio.
It's all liquored up for Saturday.
That sounds like a great plan, Ace.
But it was, when I was a little boy, grocery stores in Ohio couldn't be open on Sundays or after, I think, 6.
We did not. I don't think we had that in Central Ohio.
No, they had blue laws.
I think that's Northeast Ohio.
Was that a county-wide thing?
I think so. I don't think.
Well, that's here. You can't buy a car on a Sunday.
I think the grocery stores were open on Sundays in London.
Is it like that all over the country?
I don't know, but I know here you can't.
No, every state's got its own thing. Remember, there's now one state where you can't pump your own gas.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got a really good lobby going. the gas station attendant lobby. Now, 49 states can't be wrong. I guess they can.
Here's something we can think about, and then maybe we'll come back and talk about it more. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The U.S. Open at the Country Club in, would you say, Massachusetts? Or
yes.
somewhere? Yeah. John Rahm entered this week's U.S. Open as the defending champion. That title hasn't been stolen from him yet because the tournament's not over till Sunday, of course. His golf ball was stolen while he was on the course. While on the 18th hole at the Country Club, Rahm saw his tee shot sailing left. The ball landed under the TV tower. As he began heading over to the area to hit his next shot, Rahm saw two youngsters pick up the ball and run away with it.
Oh, no.
You scamps!
That's awesome.
Get back here!
So what do they do?
What happened?
We'll talk about it. We're coming back.
Yikes.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think these kids need a public whooping.
Time to get the belt.
You have them bend over the ball washer or whack them with a 2-iron right at where the knees bend. Ooh. That'll learn them.
Well, all right.
Goodness.
God.
Well, severe.
Willie, did he have a capital punishment at the Griswold home?
Oh, no.
That's what he's talking about. I can't imagine.
You'll eat your pierogi and like it. This is the best sunset you've ever not enjoyed.
I think the most your father ever did was look at you and say, "Come on, Willie, straighten up." Stuff like that. Yeah.
The word disappointed came out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
Hey, if we're saying real things, let's pull the hits out. How about damn it, Willie, you ruined Christmas? How about that one?
That's true. That happened.
These are the classics.
That's a direct quote.
Man.
Where'd you go on your journey?
Love it.
And please tell us the name of the obscure restaurant you went to. And I want to back up legs in. Well worth the trip. Not to mention maybe a little spin across the Mackinac Bridge.
And we'll hear more of these two guys when we come back.
I'm damn happy to be standing up here with you guys celebrating this.
Holy cannoli. Come on.
Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli.
That's from the NBA Finals. Be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Don't know what to give a certain dad for Father's Day? Well, how about a gift he'll open every day? A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Mark Allison. Hey, hope you can join us tonight. We're going to be at the Irving Theater on East Washington Street. That's in the Heartland, Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a night of live comedy, and we're helping to send local kids to summer camp. The doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7:30. An all-star lineup. Performances on stage. Willie Griswold, Jeff Oskey, Pat Godwin. It's going to be hosted by Tom Griswold and Chick McGee. For tickets, go to bobandtom.com/comedy show. Again, that's tonight. Can you believe it's here already? The Irving Theater on East Washington. We're going to help send some local kids to summer camp. All the proceeds go to sending those kids to summer camp. I think I've said that twice or three times, but just trying to make the point. We're sending kids to summer camp, and you can join us tonight, the Irving. Hope you see you there. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Again, for tickets, check out bobandtom.com/comedy show. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. Asian stock markets mostly lower after Wall Street fell on fears interest rate hikes will depress global economic activity. Shanghai, Tokyo, Sydney all fell. Hong Kong advanced. Oil prices edged lower but stayed above $115 per barrel. Wall Street's benchmark S&P 500 index tumbled 3.3% after Britain's central bank followed the Federal Reserve in raising its key interest rate to cool surging prices. Central banks in Switzerland and Taiwan also raised rates. Investors worry the moves to control inflation that is running at 4-decade highs might tip the U.S. and other major economies into a recession. A Russian-owned super yacht seized by the United States has arrived in Honolulu Harbor flying an American flag. The U.S. last week won a legal battle in Fiji to take the $325 million vessel and immediately sailed it to Hawaii. The FBI has linked the Amadea to the Russian oligarch Suleiman Karimov. The U.S. said Karimov secretly bought the Cayman Island flag vessel last year through various shell companies. The ship became a target of task force klepto capture, launched in March to seize the assets of Russian oligarchs to help put pressure on Russia to end the war in Ukraine. The vessel, about the length of a football field, it arrived in Honolulu on Thursday. That's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Al from the MES News Center in New York. I'm Tom Bochow. In Bogota, Colombia, Brian Naranjo, age 18, says being small has its advantages, one being having a better view of girls in miniskirts. Standing just 27.9 inches tall.
Wow.
Naranjo was named the smallest man in Latin America by the Guinness Book of Records.
27 inches tall.
Besides holding the #1 position, he fulfilled another dream by going to Disneyland, where he called the It's a Small World exhibit disappointing. In Stockholm, Sweden, Leif Borg, warning he would blow the courtroom into the air just 10 minutes earlier at his divorce trial, pulled dynamite from his briefcase and set it off, killing himself and seriously wounding his wife's lawyer, severing the lawyer's limbs.
Wow.
Witnesses said the explosion occurred during proceedings to determine how the couple's property would be split. For once, a lawyer got the charge that cost him an arm and a leg.
And on a high one, that a boy.
Good move. Throw away the script and get out.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. Must be.
Oh, I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that, are you kidding?
Yeah, no. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24.
Got some other cool stuff coming.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Getting ready to perform. There's Jeff Oskey in for Josh Arnold.
Yes.
Who's still testing positive, I guess. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
At the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Morning, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Just struggling. I don't know, something must have exploded at Google. If I have to come up with one more password in the next 5 minutes, please give me some help. The password is Alan Ludden. Christy Lee's at the news desk. We'll be getting some news coming out of her. Interesting news in the world of VHS. Digital, pre-digital, whatever it is, video stuff. Ace, it's all for you coming up. You're going to be very excited. Again, my entire life has been upside. I don't know what happened at Google, but everything there was turned to crap.
Well, okay.
I don't think it's Google. I think it's a combination of Google and your internet provider. Because we have the same one, and mine went a little wonky this morning too. So
I've created 3 different.
And I'm
passwords
scared.
in the last 10 minutes.
I want to, but I want to change internet providers, but I'm scared.
I am with you on this
The
one.
devil, you know, and everything I see, if I change the new one's going to be a million times better, but I'm scared.
Yeah,
I don't want to go. Well, the other one wouldn't do. Oh,
you don't want to upset the cart, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if my TV don't work, you think I'm crazy now?
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, come over to my house. It doesn't. Okay.
You know who
where
can handle this? We got to get you a really tech-savvy driver.
Yes.
Edwin, the tech-savvy Englishman, and he can help you out with all your issues.
You can be as tech savvy as you want, but when a tree falls on a bunch of wires in the neighborhood, you're out.
Anyway, at the U.S. Open somewhere in Massachusetts, at the they keep in news stories they keep saying it's at the country club, like everyone knows where the country club is.
Yeah, doesn't every city have a country club?
John Rahm entered this week's U.S. Open, the defending champ. That title hasn't been stolen yet because that tournament ends Sunday, but his golf ball did not suffer the same fate. While on the 18th hole at the country club yesterday, he saw his tee shot sail left with the ball landing under the TV tower. Well, he put the club in his bag and started sauntering over there to hit his next shot. He saw 2 youngsters pick up his ball and run away with it. The world's number 2 kept his cool and was granted a free drop.
Oh.
He had an unobstructed lane and went on to hit the new ball within 21 feet of the 18th hole. Rahm then made a successful birdie putt, just like I would have done, to help him finish the day at 1 under 69.
Same time, baby.
Really? You're going to do that? Come on.
Come on. Rahm made light of the situation, saying he knows what the thieves looked like because they weren't really subtle when trying to steal his ball. He said, quote, "I'm pretty sure I know who it was. I recognized the 2 kids that were running the opposite way with a smile on their face. I'm 100% sure I saw the kids who stole it, but, so what? He got another ball and let the kids. So, yeah, I don't know if this is going to start a trend of children stealing golf balls.
No.
Is it like a baseball thing where they thought it's out of bounds, it's a free ball?
No.
How old were they? Did we know how old they were?
I'm sure knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they probably knew what they were.
I mean, that had to be so fun.
Maybe he paid them to.
That had to be a blast to steal that ball and run away.
It was like Nicholson's kids.
Yeah. Exactly.
Grab the ball, pony
I got my new Saudi Arabian allowance from Dad. It's $1 million a week. Keen.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
How's Mickelson doing? Did he kill any journalists this week?
No, he didn't kill any. He still looks like he's been kidnapped and he's suffering from PTSD in a big bad way.
I hope he's miserable.
He looks jumpy as AF, Willie. That's what he looks like.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Suffer, you prick.
But are you watching the U.S. Open? Are you going to watch
I'm damn happy to be standing up with you guys celebrating this.
Holy cannoli. It's crazy. Crazy. And finally,
we should have put the TV on golf while I'm in a morgue.
They really do it up right on your ESPN Plus. I'm sure other streaming services offer this as well, but I've been watching. They isolate a hole. They follow a pairing around. It's really kind of cool, and I never really watched seriously golf on TV, but they do a nice job. Tom, you might.
I watch it on occasion.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Not going to make a date for it.
Didn't you, Mr. Griswold, if you'd answer this question truthfully, please. Didn't you at one time play golf? Yes or no?
Barely.
Did you play golf? Yes or no?
Very rarely.
Did you play golf? Yes or no? Your Honor?
Yes, I did.
What happened to your clubs, Tom?
I threw them in a lake.
That's exactly.
One by one, or
no? That's the only way to do it. Don't throw it. If you're going to throw golf, if you're going to throw your golf clubs, the only way to do it is one at a time.
Oh yeah. Was it a bad shot, or you just had it, or
I'm not sure. I think it was the three pricks I was playing with.
Wow!
Ain't it the truth?
Want to get that's the problem with golf. I got to talk to these jerks.
Well,
okay.
You pick your foursome. You don't just randomly go, I'm going to go play with...
Is it possible to have a golf tournament without a stripper on the 18th hole with her legs spread as you putt it? Can we do that without the woman there? Yes!
They used to do that. They don't do that anymore.
I want to play golf. Golf sounds tight.
These were charity outings.
Those were the old days.
Was charity your name, or?
Hit the ball, not too hard. Ooh!
Yeah, it was rough. You can see why I quit. Yeah. I'm sorry. Back to sports.
Stupid world record. An octogenarian, that's in the 80s, in France, has set a world record after running 78 miles in 24 hours.
Yikes.
I haven't ran 78 miles in 48 years.
78 miles in 24 hours. Barbara Humbert, she's 82. She's a great-grandmother. Broke the world record for the longest distance run in 24 hours in her age category during the 24-hour French Championships.
Did she trip over her boobs?
And the...
Well, that's not very nice.
Sorry.
At all.
We're supposed to be nice. I'm sorry. I forgot how the show works.
In the 39 years.
By the way, when that crack when the starter's pistol went off, she thought it was her hip. I'm sorry, Christine.
No, that's okay.
She have her own line of sports bras.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that's a sad.
You're going to be old someday.
That's a sad fact.
Are you kidding?
Would you like to?
You want to be around me when I try to get out of bed in the morning? I need a crane.
Have you guys ever had the pleasure of being at dinner when the little girls are there and the server comes to the table and goes, "Okay, Grandpa, what do you want to order?"
Well, I say,
boy, is that fun, you guys.
Well, Tad, as I can see on your name, your tip just got halved.
That's a nice memory, Roy.
He gets sweaty, Kelly gets sweaty,
Sure.
I laugh, open mouth. It's so funny.
I get that all the time.
Well, of course you do. No offense.
Oh, it's Grandpa's day with the kids. They're mine.
Oh, well done, dude.
This is when my son was 2, he threw a fit in a Target. And so
where all the kids throw their fit.
Yeah, and because I wouldn't buy a SpongeBob umbrella. And so I picked him up, and I'm like, we aren't doing this. And I'm carrying him out of the store. And because of how I look, I got stopped by security because they thought I was trying to steal a kid.
It can happen.
I can't say I blame them. I think 4 out of 5 disinterested observers would go, check that guy. He looks like a criminal.
My kid, the second one, who's got the really great sense of humor, we were at the bookstore one day, and she looked up. She was like 5, and she goes, "Grandma, would you buy me a new book?"
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was like,
oh, yeah.
What? Seriously?
Hilarious.
Aren't they fun?
Kids.
We'll complete the 82-year-old woman running 78 miles in 24 hours world record when we come back.
Okay.
Okay. We're looking for great places to drive, and where you've driven hour after hour just to get maybe a good burger.
If you're thinking of going to Legs Inn in Michigan, don't save your gas.
Well, it's a beautiful view.
What's your problem?
Wait till gas drops.
I've got 30 different responses verifying my opinion of Legs Inn on the
place
internet.
just full.
I'd like to see one.
The health department doesn't shut her down.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, gigantic log cabin.
It's all about the view.
A spectacular view. They have delicious food. If you like Polish food.
You have a different definition of delicious than I do.
First, just to make Polish food, large pot.
A large pot.
Yes,
Okay,
then an
go ahead.
aged bowling pin in there.
Larger trash can.
Come on, man. You can't do that.
You cleave the bowling pin.
These are just jokes, you see. Okay, let's have a stress-free summer, shall we?
Okay.
One of the things we've been talking about food a lot lately and going to places to get great food. You can have great food at your house and to take the burden of driving to the grocery store, shoving the cart around, having someone walk up to you and say something mean. You don't want any of that. Let HelloFresh do the shopping. Let them do the measuring. Then you do the putting together. And they've got recipes, among other ones. They got the quick and easy. They got family friendly. They've got, let's see, what's that? They got low cal. They got low carb. Whatever you want.
Yeah, they do.
Comfort food is that's the word I'm looking for. They've got that too. Willie, what's the latest over there?
One of my favorite things with HelloFresh is the tacos. No more boring tacos. Check out the barbecue. Pulled chicken tacos with creamy slaw and red onion. HelloFresh is going to send you 8 ingredients. You put those together in just one pan in 20 minutes and 4 easy steps. And you have this delicious, colorful taco dish from our pals at HelloFresh.
And it's the little stuff that makes the difference. That's where HelloFresh comes in. And by the way, they'll come to your place. That's how this works. They send you the box. They've done the measuring. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Now, why the code there? Well, that's part of a special program where you'll get 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. So they want you to give it a shot. They know you're going to like it. I know my kids love it, and they clean their plates, and they just about never do. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. By the way, one more thing. Real easy to change the program up if you want to take time off. You want to go on vacation. You want whatever you want. They're going to make it easy for you to do. HelloFresh.com/BTShow. By the way, coming up, did you know that it's a special day as we get ready for that special Beatles Day? Today is, well, I'll just say it's a National Dump the Pump Day.
Yeah.
I'll explain what that means when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Good morning. It's Friday, June 17th. Hey, if you're not joining us tonight at the Irving Theater in Indianapolis for the Bob and Tom Comedy Show, again, all the proceeds go to help send kids to summer camp. Perhaps you're in Omaha, Nebraska, and you think, I'd like to do something tonight or Saturday night. How about seeing Donnie Baker on stage live at the Funny Bone? Again, Omaha, Nebraska, tonight and tomorrow night, DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. As we roll through this Friday, Jeff Oskey getting prepared for the news we failed to mention on the way. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Golden State Warriors are NBA champions once again, beating the Celtics 103-90 last night in Boston for their 4th title in the last 8 seasons. Steph Curry, 34 points for the Warriors, who claimed the franchise's 7th championship overall, and Steph was named the series MVP. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action. Cleveland beat Colorado 4-2. American League winners, Oakland, Baltimore, the Yankees, Texas, and the Angels. In the National League, San Diego beat the Cubs. The Phillies, the Mets also win. And one WNBA game, New York over Washington, 77-65. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
Special guest, Randy Gandhi.
He's a Randy Gandhi. We say Randy.
Randy Gandhi?
Randy Gandhi.
Randy Gandhi. The answer is
The answer is sputum samples.
sputum samples.
Exactly.
The question.
What do you call someone who's a spitting image of junior samples? The answer is
Yes.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Yes.
Oh, no.
What did Barbie yell as she made love with Ken in the tool shed? The answer is aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Yes.
The question. Tough envelope.
What does the coat girl say to Sammy Davis right after she says, hat, sir? The answer is Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
What happens when Stevie Wonder tries to shave himself?
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We have Chaz. Now, Chaz, do you want to describe this skill?
I do the drum solo to Inagata Vita with my throat.
That's his throat. This is dead on. This is it. Yes. That's it. Yep. That is Inagata Devita.
Yeah.
How does one
Wow. How did you learn that you had
how
that
do you discover
incredible
that
talent?
talent?
Someone stole my radio, and that's what you start doing.
Where are you from, by the way?
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, you know, small,
Sure.
thugged out town. You know, it's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew.
That's small.
People like, stick them up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come home for dinner.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Lord, I'm down.
There's Jeff Oskey at the Josh Arnold desk. Josh
Woke up this morning
with the COVID. Stop talking that way.
12 inches in my hand.
Oh,
Manning, the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
It was a ruler.
I'm Chick McGee.
You are something.
Here's Tom. He's not going to be happy until we get...
We're enjoying life today. That's
Well,
the whole
some of
idea
us.
this. Oh, come on. This is great.
It's hot. It's miserable.
Check local listings. It's fun. It's a great life. You're happy to be alive. Listen to this letter.
The only place it ain't hot is Alaska, I think. So good morning, Alaska.
It can be very hot up there.
Oh, sure it can.
We have an interesting story coming out of Alaska and the cafeteria at a school. But first, this guy, my wife.
Cafeteria news. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, you'll like it. My wife and I have driven. 2.5 hours each way to the Cherokee Reservation in North Carolina for homemade fudge from a lady who owns the fudge shop on the reservation.
Cherokee people.
Oh, I used to love going to get Crump's Fudge in Harbor Springs, Michigan. The fudge store right below the
Where's
library.
This? Michigan?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, I'm just talking about great places. How about this one? I live in Southern Oregon. Every year for Father's Day, my wife and I drive to Redding, California, 3 hours away, to eat Wiener Schnitzel, chili cheese dogs, and In-N-Out burgers. See, that seems worth a drive.
Yeah, it does. Now you've got
first you do the one,
everything.
Take a break, then you go back and get the burgers. This sounds great. Thank you, Bill, for that nice letter. We're once again exploring the fun of making meaningless journeys for food.
I have one that includes the 3-2 kind of beer thing from earlier and making a drive. 20 years ago, when I was 20 and my friends were 19, we lived near Florence, Kentucky. We would drive 4.5 hours to Windsor, Canada, where the drinking age was 19. To drink until they turned 21.
Oh, and the ballet probably didn't.
Yeah,
work.
Windsor Ballet. Do you know what that is?
No.
Yeah.
Windsor's right across from Detroit.
Okay.
And it's famous for the strip clubs.
Oh.
And it's the
called the Windsor Ballet, yes.
As opposed to
totally
Spandau
nude.
Ballet.
Let's not talk about that.
You know the band Spandau Ballet?
Yes.
You've never heard of Spandau Ballet?
It's Spandau.
Spandau Ballet. They're great.
Oh, Spandau Ballet? Yeah, I know them.
Yeah.
You have?
No.
Oh, we'll get some music for that. I'll explain what it means. It's a great song.
I love them.
Oh, could you answer that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hi, Donnie. You're familiar with the Windsor Ballet?
You dare play Spandau Ballet, I'll beat your ass. I've already got a hot temper because it's so hot. I'm so sick of summer already. It's so hot right now, I'm starting to think this global warming thing might not be a big myth. You know?
Really? You think?
It's so hot out yesterday. My little dog, Peppy, he got his testes. He got his testes stuck to the neighbor's dog's leg.
Wow.
I know. And the worst part is when you're in line to get your scratchers and the dick in front of you does the hot enough for you. I swear to God. Yeah, hot enough for me? Yeah, I love it when it feels like I got a terrarium in my crouch from all the humidity. You know? Hot enough for me? Yeah, I don't know. Is a left hook to your larynx hot enough for you? Because maybe it'll make you stop asking stupid questions. You know? I'm here on business. Oh, speaking of stupid, my idiot cousin Lonnie had the AC go out in his truck.
Oh, that's a drag.
Well, they were saying it's going to run him about $1,000 to fix it, so he just went out and bought a used $150 household window air conditioner.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, his passenger window was already knocked out, and 4 rolls of duct tape later, I'll say it like this, it's so cold in that car you can hang beef in it now.
Nice.
And it works great as long as you don't go too far. That's the only drawback.
Why?
If he goes farther than 1,000 feet, it rips the extension cord out of the carport. So he can only go short distances and do it in right angles. I better run. There's a rumor that Susan Kelsey's dryer broke, and she's going to be air drying her panties at the River Creek Apartments today.
Nice.
She's fire ass hot. Last week, my idiot cousin Lonnie snatched a pair of her thongs and made 2 mason jars of sun tea. Swear to God. Nice. Everybody's eating good. I'm going to go.
Thanks. How can it be called the River Creek Apartments?
Don't ask.
Is the creek named the river?
Yeah. Maybe it's River Creek.
River Creek.
It's right next to Lake Pond.
Pink one.
Yeah, is that Lake Pond? Thank you. next to Ocean Sea.
Real quick, the first round of the U.S. Open started with a bang. Of course, Rory McIlroy defended his Canadian Open last week, and he continues hot, 3 under 67. He is not the leader, though. Adam Hadwin is at 4 under.
I'm sorry, this is so boring.
And,
I thought there was a fire in there.
Phil Mickelson missed the cut. He is
That's a
not
shame.
continuing on. 8 over 79.
Is Phil going to go kill some journalists?
Dear chick, I drive a semi roughly 620 miles a day, 3,100 miles a week. My wife will DoorDash O'Charlie's. That is exactly a half mile from my house.
Get out.
What do you think of that?
Get out, sir.
They have great rolls, though.
They have great rolls.
I like them. They do.
Yeah, man.
Wait a second. I do love those rolls at O'Charlie's. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm just loving these stories. They're all so cool. But before we get to that, Christy.
Are you done with your lady running them?
Stupid. All right, let's go back to it. The octogenarian, she's from France. We are from France. Set a world record. She ran 78 miles in 24 hours. Barbara Humbert is 82. She broke the world record for the longest distance run in 24 hours in her age category. during the 24-hour French Championships. In the 39 years she's been running, Humbert has taken part in 137 races and 54 marathons, including Paris and New York. Running from Paris to New York, that's tricky.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
Unless you're Jesus.
So you're
that's right.
So they have these 24. You're supposed to run for 24 hours.
That's the deal.
That can't be good for you.
I would imagine you get
if you're
breaks,
20.
but I don't think that helps anybody.
I think some of this stuff is probably not very healthy.
My knees.
How many miles did you do? I'm sorry, it was so boring.
What?
How many miles did you do altogether?
78.
God, I promptly threw away the story. 78 miles in 24 hours.
I heard she only planned on doing 39, but she'd forgotten that she'd run them already.
Yeah, that's funny. Alzheimer's is hilarious. Yeah. That's sports.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Not quite yet. I got to play something for Jeffrey.
Oh, this is, I'm down.
Great song. Great song.
Oh, I love that
The band name, a little bit unfortunate.
Spandau Ballet?
Jeff, you know when they hang someone?
Yeah.
And the way their feet wiggle while they're
Is that what that's from?
dying?
That's called the Spandau Ballet.
I thought that guys like to wear spandex.
No. That
Are
would
you
be,
sure?
That would be the spandex. But you know something? I know you like to look at the world through rose-colored glasses.
Yes.
And we all appreciate that. Now, take a bucket of shut up.
Why would you even tell people
But
about
then you make that pussy-ass music like that?
No, it's great music.
Beg your pardon.
You better be careful. I think this is your girlfriend's favorite song. You got a rough weekend coming up.
You know, that's a good song, but it's still no double or double.
He goes high right.
A lot of emotion right there.
He goes true.
I love it.
It's no captain of her heart. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, it is no captain.
I missed that.
Let's get that going again.
You know, coming
Fire
up,
that up, Chick.
coming up in the news.
Yeah.
We'll do this. Let's see. We'll try this Socratic method. Do you know who this is?
Happy birthday.
Yeah, what the hell is it with this movie? Get off my back.
What?
Everywhere I go, they're insisting I watch this movie. That's what I'm assuming this is all about.
What movie?
Marilyn Monroe, Netflix.
Marilyn Monroe, Anna de Armas.
Oh,
She's beautiful. I love her.
She's everywhere.
That's the real Marilyn Monroe.
And the movie doesn't come on Netflix till September, I guess. And they're burning people out about it. It's on every newscast.
Yeah.
You go to your Netflix homepage, boom, there it is.
I have a guess. I bet that you're plugging the Kim Kardashian wore her dress thing.
Yes. I am plugging
We have
the...
an update
And
on
Chick,
that.
I think that Netflix is plugging this so much because people are talking about Kim
about that.
Kardashian.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. You know what they're not talking about.
What?
I am tired.
Yes, you got to button up, all right?
Isn't that amazing? She didn't say that, but it sure sounds like
Sure
it.
does.
Yeah, the
blame her.
brain's a tricky thing. Pat, how's it going in there?
Oh, it's going good.
Okay, good.
A little too cool for my taste, but everything else is all right.
Okay, well,
It's freezing.
You're wearing one of my shirts. Want to go borrow one of my jackets? I got a couple of them in my office.
I think it's time for a song. How about a song?
I think it is time for a song, Pat.
Yeah.
What you got that album out there. The new one is called Captured Live. You've also got the one that came out just a few months before that. Both of them hit #1 in the comedy charts. Congratulations.
Well, you talked about that Beaver story. I could do the Gone Bad song if Christy had that.
We have a...
What? The beaver?
Well,
then you're animal hunk.
I've been dealing with some
I
power
got it.
outages at my house because a tree fell on some wires.
Officials in Canada are saying a massive internet landline and cell service outage was caused by a single beaver. CTV News reports the beaver gnawed through an aspen tree, which fell on both BC Hydro lines and a TELUS fiber optic cable line. The fiber optics damaged affected TELUS and City West customers in over a dozen municipalities.
You got it.
BC Hydro official Bob Grammer said crews were able to identify a beaver as the culprit because of chew marks at the bottom of the downed tree. The felled tree also resulted in a fire, which was put out by the Topley Volunteer Fire Department.
So those beavers, pesky beavers, you're chewing through. You ever seen a beaver live up close?
I just saw one on the street the other day.
On the street?
Right by my house.
What was she charging?
Right near there's a creek, river, creek, whatever.
Sorry.
He was right up on the road, right by the creek.
Damn.
Damn is right. That's what I said. Damn.
Damn, it was a beaver.
Cute little bugger.
Yeah, well, I think the tree that fell in my neighborhood, I think it wasn't caused by a beaver.
What was it caused by?
A tree falling. It was caused by a lot of rain, and the ground gets soaked, and sometimes the trees blow over.
Right.
But
that doesn't sound good.
I think many folks have had the internet taken away from them for looking for too much beaver on the internet. But we have a song. Pat, this is a tune about a restaurant we used to go to.
Yeah.
And this
Right down the
restaurant, it's no longer there. But
Why isn't it there, Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
Changed the soup on them.
Yeah. Their most popular item, the broccoli cheese. One person complained about it. Everyone else loved it.
All their
One
servers.
person, and then they stopped.
Well, the point, but they served they had moose and bison and quail and all kinds of exotic.
It was cool. It was a cool restaurant.
I heard one server was insulted by a patron, and she was never heard from again.
That's true.
She looked just like Jimmy Spencer, NASCAR driver. What can I say?
How many
woman loves to
servers
hear
have you
that.
accosted in your career of eating now?
I've adjusted. I try to make my attack friendly and fun.
You know what?
See, that's a lovely tattoo.
Funny part of that interaction was as soon as he said it, you could see on your dad's face he'd made an incredible mistake.
I thought she was going to say Jimmy Spencer's my brother.
It was unbelievable.
But this is about eating exotic food.
I went to a place that served exotic dishes like elk and wild boar. I heard it was delicious, but one thing I ate made me sick. It's so sad to see good beaver gone bad. Good beaver gone bad. Well, it was tough and dry. I took a whiff and almost fainted. The pink had turned brown and it tasted kind of tainted. You take your chances eating out. Oh, I should have had the trout. Good beaver gone bad. You want it fresh. Don't let it spoil rotten. Or leave it hanging around where it's forgotten. You better eat it while it's hot, cause pretty soon it's not. Yeah, good beaver goes bad. Sometimes a beaver make that sound. Love is dried up, oh, it once was so delicious. She's cruel and she's cold, now violent, vicious. She was up to no good while she gnawed on the wood. No, good beaver gone bad. Everybody now, a good beaver, a good beaver, a good beaver gone bad. Wop, 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 wop.
Oh, thank you, Patty G. That was very nice. Pat's part of a special program this evening. You might want to find out about that by going to bobandtom.com. A little charity thing we're putting together. Willie will be there. Mr. Oskey will be there. Josh, unfortunately, will not be there. Josh, under the weather, has got the COVID.
I'm going to be doing part of Josh's act, though.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
It'll be like he said.
Okay, good. Chick and I'll be your host, and
Yes,
special guest star appearance from Ace Cosby. Ladies and gentlemen, Ace Cosby will be there doing
Well, what's
this.
he going to do? I don't understand.
Let me show you.
The deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
First of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Thank you.
When does a joke become a dad joke? When the punchline becomes apparent.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Chick, your thoughts?
I'm glad you're all enjoying it.
I'm enjoying your reaction.
Thank you very much, Hayes. We're talking about hopping in the car to grab lunch someplace far away. A lot of folks, lunch is the key for a lot of these.
What is your food, like a cheeseburger or something like that, or a big steak, or anything you would even consider driving a distance?
It just depends.
Yeah.
Every category, there's always some place that's just great.
I don't see very many people being able to accompany you on that journey.
I used to drive to a place that had a famous fish fry.
What, a church?
Every church has a nice fish
hang
fry.
on. Where in Michigan does that happen?
No, it was not in Michigan, but they had a famous fish fry.
Famous.
Huh?
Yeah, people would drive from
miles,
hundreds of miles to go to the
Sure,
and it was
they
only on certain nights they'd have the fish fry. Actually, it wasn't. I think. Maybe we'd go on Sundays, but it was terrific. This one I like. This guy, obviously a Donnie Baker fan. He writes, "Circus 1992." My boyfriend, his brother, and I would leave Indiana on a Thursday and drive to Boston for a 3-night stand of the Grateful Dead at the Garden. We drive home Sunday night and be back for Monday classes. So there you go. Driving for concerts. That's another cool.
That's a
thing
whole
to do.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, I've certainly done that.
The town I grew up in, there's a restaurant there, and they serve brain sandwiches, and people
Cow brain, I'm assuming.
Yes, cow brain, and people have driven from California to
What?
come and eat at this place and have the cow brains.
Wow.
Are they good?
I don't know. I didn't know.
I wouldn't eat that either.
Brains
I
are
think it's
supposed
like
to
an
be-
old person thing.
Brains are supposed to be amazing.
Brains and tongue.
Is that sweet bread, right? Something like that? Yeah.
I'd be afraid that if I ate cow brain, I would start getting their memories of them grazing and then them getting milked. I would be afraid that.
Then you'd never eat another hamburger.
Yeah, I'd be too scared. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to eat their brains and then get their memories.
That'd make a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
You eat the cow brains, and of course, aren't cows' lives fairly dull?
Yeah, a lot of grazing.
Yeah, it's not.
Every once in a while on a Saturday night,
you want
somebody
the
tips you
cows
over.
to do?
Well, I mean, there could be that horrific.
You think like a concert in the field or something?
There'd be a horrific Saturday evening where some hillbilly gets drunk, and next thing you know, hey, I didn't ask for this.
I think cows probably are the calmest animals of any animal we have.
piss a cow off.
They can
just
get
they just
Isn't a bull just a big cow?
It's a male cow.
Hey, every time we start talking about this, we get in trouble. What's a cow? What's a bull?
Okay.
Who has horns? Yeah, I don't want to talk.
Oh gosh, we still haven't explained about the special day. I guess yesterday was actually the special day. I forgot about this. We have that Beatles thing coming up, but it's yesterday was a National Dump the Pump Day. It's about gasoline. Coming up, we'll discuss this. Okay,
Yeah.
Christy, don't let me forget.
Have you seen the price of gasoline?
Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli. Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli, indeed. Well, who's that? We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
All right, favorite
My
band?
favorite movie.
Road-
Oh,
is
man,
it
no
Roadhouse, did
movie.
we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful. It's
okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
not.
I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say
the hell-
Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Hey, Hey, Guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you. Sunday, Father's Day. You know, a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan. How about hooking him up with a Bob and Tom VIP membership? A gift, a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. Give him total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. How do I do it? Well, it's pretty simple. Just check the link at the top of our website, bobandtom.com, and suddenly you'll be your dad's favorite kid. Congratulations. Father's Day on Sunday. bobandtom.com. Check out the link for the Bob and Tom VIP membership and hook your dad up. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Friday. On a Friday. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news. Beyonce fans figured something was up with her when she removed her profile photos across all her social media platforms last week. I don't know how I missed that. Now we know what's happening. She's dropping a new studio album next month. It's titled Renaissance, and the 16-track project drops July 29th. Beyonce has already begun listing music and merch on her website and several streaming services. Renaissance would be the follow-up to 2016's Lemonade. After a day of opening statements, there was no action in the trial of the man charged with the shooting death of Nipsey Hussle. Court adjourned for the week and is set to resume Monday. Eric R. Holder charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of the rap star in 2019. Holder could get life in prison if the jury agrees with the prosecution. After a glittering career stuffed with #1 hits, not to mention a 2-year pandemic delay, Mariah Carey finally inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame Thursday, but not before challenging her new fellow members to do better by women. Carey noted that of the 439 total inductees in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, only 32 have been women up until now. Congratulations to Mariah Carey. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Row at Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, and good morning, and welcome to the Mr. Insinuation Show. The show, well, you know. Let's go to the phones and just go to the phones, huh? Good morning. You're on the program.
Hello, Mr. Insinuation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a.
Got a.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with my wife.
Okay.
And. Well, she's
not letting you,
you know,
or she's not giving you.
Well, yeah, and
oh boy,
you know, I was wondering how long that would.
She's not doing the.
Yeah. And
Okay. Have you tried?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, but have you tried this?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Mr.
Now,
I.
have you followed? Now, if you tried that, follow it up with one of these.
Okay.
And then immediately after that, give it one of these.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
All right. Well, thank you for every.
That ought to get you.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You know. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I see by the way we have a shortened show today, and thanks for calling today. And it's been the Mr. Insinuation Show. The show, you know. Right. Sure. Fabulous program.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I work the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Are you a single guy? I used to be married, but I'm divorced now. Yeah, my marriage wasn't working out. I was driving down the road one day, and my wife ripped the rear view mirror out of the windshield and beat me in the head with it.
What?
You'd have thought nobody had ever made love to her sister. But I'm fine. She was just as bad. She used to brag, I can count the number of men I've been to bed with on one hand, and then she'd do it too. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
In the performance room, there's Jeff Oskey.
Yes.
He's filling in for Josh Arnold, who's still under the weather.
Get well soon, buddy.
Or having the time of his life. I'm not sure which.
He went fishing with Mick Jagger, and they both...
And Greg Warren. I didn't realize it was a trip. That kind of a trip.
Seems to be an epidemic going on.
There's Ace Cosby.
He's playing with his cat.
There's Willie Griswold.
I thought he was watching all the Ernest movies.
Oh, he loves those. Yeah. Oh, you love the Ernest movie, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that last one, Ernest Goes to Heaven.
Oh, Tom.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
Look, if you take a moment, Christy, it could have gone a lot worse.
That's true.
Okay, we got some cool trips here. We got some cool trips people are doing.
All right.
Hey, Willie, don't laugh. You're going to love this
We're
one.
going to talk about movies.
Well, then okay, we have to talk about the... We got it because we missed another day. We always miss these things. Christy always walks in and goes, "Did you know that it was National Delicious Pizza Day yesterday?" No, we had.
Yesterday was National Dump the Pump Day.
Now explain what dump the pump means.
It started 16 years ago, Tom, with the aim of urging American drivers to use public transportation. National Dump the Pump Day falls on the third Thursday of June each year. And, of course, with gas prices over $5 a gallon, it's taken on a special significance this year.
Now, I'm sorry we missed it. Not that I would have participated, but today is National Pump the Dump Day, which is a day to remind RV owners to.
Yeah. Well, you go out and make love to a pile of trash? What are you talking about?
No, you clean your RV, because you got an RV, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
No.
An RV?
No, I don't have RV money.
Oh, you got
I have a tent in the back of my truck. That's
so.
No, if you've ever taken public transportation like I had to for 5 years, it's every day is National Sit in a Dump Day on the bus.
Now, did anyone expose themselves while you were on the public transpo?
No, that never happened. What happened all the time to me, riding the bus was fine. Waiting to ride the bus is where it sucks because you're just out there for everyone to stare at. And in our city, they've made all the streets drain directly in front of the bus stops. So after a good rain while you're waiting on the 15, you can have a regret bath every 15 minutes.
Sort of a baptism.
Yeah.
Speaking of public transportation, I love this one. We're talking about taking day trips or whatever to maybe have some cool food. Let's see. This is from Jeff in Cincinnati. He goes, "I'll take the Amtrak train 10 hours from Cincinnati to Chicago just to get Giordano's pizza."
Oh, yeah.
Giordano's. And my friend, take the train from Cincinnati to Indianapolis because there's one there too now. They're expanding, baby.
And
a lot shorter train ride.
But you got to get the right kind of pizza. That's what these are all about. It's about the journey, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here's one. "I live in Charlestown, Indiana," writes Marcus.
Chuckville.
Chuck City. "I will drive 7 hours to Ann Arbor, Michigan for some great beers at the Ann Arbor Brewing Company. However, every time I do, I have to get a hotel because I don't want to have just one beer and drive back."
Oh, well, he's safe.
And he goes, "This weekend I have an excuse to make a trip up there to see Al Jackson."
That's right.
Al is
in Ann Arbor.
Just tomorrow night.
Yeah,
though,
Saturday night.
2 shows.
Oh, okay.
Saturday night.
Yeah, by all means, go check out.
That
Al.
brewery thing seems to be a popular subject. This gentleman, Donald, he and his wife drive 4+ hours from Cincinnati to Gatlinburg about 4 times a year to get a couple cases of Cherokee Red Ale from Smoky Mountain Brewery. One of their favorite beers.
Ale.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You know how we do these topics and we get the letter that we go, well,
this is the last one.
We're finished.
But I got a whole stack of them. We can't be finished.
Dear guys, I once drove almost 1,500 miles each direction, about 22 hours, to eat at the Y.
Oh, is this a...
Does that count?
That's a
different subject.
All right. Put your face right in.
Willie, here's one for you. Dave
Have you never heard that before, Willie?
I know. I thought it was about going to the YMCA or something.
You never heard Eat at the Y?
No, is that...
It's kind of a double entendre.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you just make that face?
Okay, do you want to hear a true story?
Yes.
This is... Every word of this is true. When Melissa Etheridge first emerged as a recording artist, Oh no, this is true. Melissa Etheridge actually she was in here. She was on the. She's terrific.
She got mad at me because I say I asked her. I said, after a big long concert, do you have to hustle onto the bus to fix everyone dinner? And she didn't
find that funny.
Did not think it was funny. Yeah.
But she had her first. The first I knew of her, she had a great song called "Similar Features."
Yes.
Just terrific. So I went to see her show, and I was not necessarily aware of her following, if you will.
You are if you go to her show really quickly.
Yeah. And it was a largely female audience, but it was a great show, and I stayed for the whole thing. But there was a woman standing next to me, and remember, every word of this is true. A woman standing next to me held up this, what do you call it, handmade or hand-modified jean jacket. And that she'd put all kinds of stuff on. What do you call those? Bedazzled and a bunch of other stuff. And hand sewn, very elaborate.
Like embroidery.
And heaved it up on stage for Ms. Etheridge's use, apparently. It was a gift.
Yes.
And then she took her hand and made kind of, imagine if you make the peace sign.
Sure.
Churchill. Right. Yes, the Churchill.
Yeah, like Victor, Churchill.
Yeah. Okay.
But top of mind, Churchill.
Or a piece. Or the piece. And then you I'm trying to explain this to Jeff and to Willie.
Oh.
Then you turn it around so your thumb is facing your
Yeah.
Place it under your chin.
It's the international sign for conolingus.
Jeff just
Thank
did
you.
it.
You know what? Thank you, Willie. Thank you very much.
You're allowed to say that.
No, but
it's so easy.
And then the woman next to me did this kind of tongue yodel thing.
Oh.
Did I mention what a great song Similar Features? If you ever get a chance.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I may have been at that same I'm not even, this isn't a joke.
It was at the Vogue.
No, I was outdoors, and a woman at the show, Melissa had a song called Come to My Window.
Right. Sure.
And a woman had brought an entire window pane with a working window and was holding it up. It's like, how did you sneak that through security? It was amazing.
How did she get that?
I don't know.
I love stuff like that. I wonder if her husband, if she has one, is the guy that brings the fence in to the football games.
I bet so.
The defense guy.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that was a terrific show, by the way.
Why didn't she just bring a pocket vag in? I mean, that's what that song means instead of a window.
Well, I know, but I mean,
drown in my own desire.
Is that what that song's about?
Come
Yes.
to my
It is?
window and opening. Hello.
I thought she was
I think it's a little more subtle than that.
Romeo and Juliet.
She says drown in my own desire.
No.
So, Pat, you got any?
Here it is. Put your face on it. That's what it means.
My point is here, Similar Features, if you get a chance, it's a brilliant song. How about this one? This guy, did I do Dave driving to from Peoria to Chicago on
Dave
Clark
in here,
Street?
Man.
On Clark Street for Al's Italian Beef.
Oh,
No, you haven't done that.
I told the story about my friend that loves Italian beef yesterday. Al's
Yes.
beef it's not my favorite in Chicago. Johnny's in Orland Park is my number one there. But yeah, Al's beef is delicious.
Got a bunch of these. This guy drives from Albany, Georgia to Frankenmuth, Michigan. They've got all the billboards.
Isn't that Christmas every
It's always Christmas.
It's always Christmas.
It must
there.
be amazing.
What's wrong with you?
There.
You put down the legs in, now you're putting down Frankenmuth. When I was a little boy, we would drive through Frankenmuth all the time, and this is what an idiot I was then. Not that I'm not now. I thought that's where Frankenstein was from. And then when I was, and then I can remember hearing the story of the birth of Jesus and all the thing about frankincense. I had the same deal.
How would you like to work at a place where it's Christmas every day? You'd lose your mind.
Oh, I'd hate it.
Oh, the songs.
Isn't there a Simpsons where he goes to Christmas every day and Homer says, this must be the best job ever. And the guy goes, please kill me.
We've been recording a bunch of Christmas songs the last month. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to get in the Christmas spirit sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially with Haywood.
All right, Scrooge.
Haywood, do it again.
Oh.
How soon can we get him out of here and fix this? Coming up, we have exciting things in the news, including Ferrari news.
Oh, yeah.
A kind of cool story about Ferrari.
I insist you speak with an Italian accent when you do the Ferrari.
I can't do accents.
Well, you should try.
You should try.
When we come back.
That's not bad.
That's good. When we come back, Tom Wilson, friend of the show, Biff from Back to the Future, in big news. Ace, you're going to love it. It involves VHS tape and big money. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? Well, get him a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, if you're just sitting around tonight and you're not at the Bob and Tom Comedy Show or checking out Donnie Baker at the Funny Bone in Omaha, Nebraska, you should be watching Bob and Tom Tonight, a video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Check it out on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Click that red subscribe button. It's free, and you'll join over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans from around the world who tune in each and every night for Bob and Tom Tonight. 8 p.m. on our Facebook page, 5 p.m. Pacific. See bobandtom.com for more details. Jeff Oskey and the news we failed to mention on a Friday coming up. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed after the severe flooding. Business owners in some of the gateway towns leading to Yellowstone National Park trying to figure out how they'll make ends meet without a steady stream of tourists. June typically one of Yellowstone's busiest months. Officials say the park's southern part, which features Old Faithful, could reopen as soon as next week. The northern end, which includes Tower Fall and the bears and wolves of Lamar Valley, could stay closed much longer, perhaps for the rest of the summer. Officials are hoping Gardner, Red Lodge, and other small communities can draw visitors even without access to the park, but some business owners are growing frustrated at all of the cancellations. Meanwhile, Costa Rica has been reeling from unprecedented ransomware attacks, disrupting everyday life in the Central American nation for the last 2 months. The situation raising questions about the United States' role in protecting friendly nation from cyber attacks at a time when Russian-based criminal gangs are targeting less developed countries in ways that could have major global repercussions. Experts believe developing countries like Costa Rica are ripe targets for ransomware gangs, which have stopped going after big game targets after several high-profile attacks last year, including a pipeline attack that led to major gas shortages in parts of the United States. That's a look at things you may have missed on a Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
We have a guy that is, I mentioned earlier, internationally famous for a little something. It's the only talk show devoted to the artistry of the bass guitar. It's a little thing we like to call Bass Talk. Wow. It's the Bass Talk show with Mark Christopher Roman on the bass.
Yes.
Marcus, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Well, this bass player, he was having trouble finding a gig.
What a surprise.
Yeah. So he decides to take a part-time job in a funeral home.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So he's working with a funeral director, and they're late one night, and a local guy named Stanley Smith had just died. And he's there on the table in front of him, and they're just amazed at this guy's certain body part.
Oh.
It's incredible. It's astounding, actually. It's bigger than any porno stars you've ever seen.
Wow.
So between the two of them, they decide this has to be saved for posterity. So they remove the body part. And they, well, who would know, right?
Right.
So they remove it and they stick it in this great big glass jar with formaldehyde. Well, the bass player decides he's going to take it home and show his wife. So he takes it home and he sets it on the table. He says, honey, come in here. You got to see this thing that I just brought back from the funeral home.
Yeah.
So she comes in and she takes one look at the jar and she goes, oh, my gosh. Stanley Smith is dead?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see why people flock to the airwaves to hear the fabulous show. Bass Talk.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, catch the big game last night?
Well, what truly is a game when you really think about it? I mean, it's merely a struggle for conquest between competing rivals in a match to attain victory, so they can feel superior about a relatively inconsequential endeavor.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Calm.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Okay, all right, second half of the show.
Yeah.
Coming in brand new. Here we go. Here we go. Forget about everything that's happened. We're going to move forward.
So you'll be coming in hot.
I'm coming in, how about you? That's right. There's Christy Lee.
Hi, chick.
At the news desk, there's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Hey.
Josh Arnold at home with the COVID, he says. There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Well, thank you very much. Don't forget, coming up next week, Global Beatles Day. We'll do the countdown for you. Also, coming up down the road, it'll be the celebration of Josh's 6th anniversary on the show.
My 5th anniversary was 2 days ago, but let's not worry about that.
Well, that's Jeff Oskey.
Nothing, not a word, not a peep.
Jeff will be standing in this evening, helping out with our special charity show. Josh cannot be there. He is under the weather. So thank you for stepping up.
Yeah.
Jeff, we'll look forward to seeing you this evening. And, of course, a very special appearance from Ace Cosby. Can you believe it? And
No,
I can't believe it either. I am so sad I'm missing this.
Because the idea is for people to come and enjoy themselves. And here
It's for the kids. Come on.
Ace, would you care to do a bonus joke of the day?
Of course.
He's always got one.
Man with a deep voice.
We got one.
Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Think about this. About 25 years ago, we had Johnny Cash. We had Bob Hope. We had Steve Jobs. Now we have no Cash, no Hope, no Jobs.
Yeah, I saw that on the Boomer Media Facebook page, too.
What are you, Mark Russell? What's going on over there?
my dad loved that joke. He just made his day.
Yeah, your dad loved that joke when he was a teenager. I'm sorry. Once again, today, Dump the Pump Day. Oh, I'm sorry. Dump the Pump Day was yesterday.
Scared me to death.
So sorry. I believe we're in the realm of news with Christy Lee. Is that correct?
Yes, you are. A sealed VHS tape of Back to the Future has sold for $75,000 at auction.
That's ridiculous.
According to Heritage Auctions, the shrink-wrapped tape belonging to our friend actor Tom Wilson, who portrayed Biff in the movie, was the subject of a bidding war during the auction house's inaugural VHS and home entertainment signature auction. In near mint condition, the VHS tape sold for $75,000. Several more of the tapes were sold. He said, quote, the urge to open the shrink wrap was nearly unbearable because not only does it include Back to the Future 1 and 2, but also the documentary secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy. Wilson wrote notes to accompany each of his tapes and has offered to sign each container for the winning bidders. The event saw a total of 260 VHS tapes sold, Ace, including copies of Goonies for $13,750, and one went for $50,000. Jaws went for $32,500, and Ghostbusters $23,750.
Wow!
Do you have any of those, Ace? No,
I've got tapes still wrapped because I don't sit down and watch movies like that.
So you have,
so you may have
still in the wrap. You might have some that have some value.
Yeah,
I have a. Somewhere down here, I probably should put this where it doesn't get all messed up.
You have an old Christmas gift, probably.
I have a Star Wars Jar Jar Binks. What do you call these toys?
Action
figures is still in the wrapping.
In the wrapper.
Because I thought Jar Jar Binks was kind of cool, and everybody else it got politically corrected out of.
It didn't get politically corrected. Just the CGI was bad, and he was weird. That's all it is.
He was weird. I like weird. I'm weird.
Is that how he sounded? Right?
They were trying to add some diversity to outer space, and they got canceled for it.
That's not what happened.
Tom Wilson is also a painter. In fact, we have a beautiful copy of one of his paintings in the hallway.
Nope, it's in the bathroom. You know it is.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's in the hallway. No, it's out in the hallway.
Well, it belongs in the bathroom.
Well, then I stand not corrected.
But was it in the bathroom?
It was before we painted.
Yes, it was, but I didn't say where it was. I said where it is now. The larger point is...
you two are going to kill each other. I hate it when my parents fight.
Tom is a very fine painter, and he paints objects from his childhood, among other things. And
it's a Frisbee.
Viewfinder.
Viewmaster.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Look, Daddy, I drew a yo-yo.
It looks just like it, only bigger. Wow.
Why are you being so mean to Tom?
We love Tom Wilson.
Done to me.
Tom, of course, he's in many, if you Google him, he's in lots and lots of TV shows and movies still. But he's very famous for playing Biff, and he has a song to answer the questions of what it's like to have been in a movie that is legendary. And he did it for us, and this is what it sounds like.
This is just a song. Everyone has a lot of questions for me, Back to the Future stuff.
Right.
So I just wrote a song to save everyone a lot of time.
Oh, good.
When I'm flying in a plane or I'm on the street, there's a lot of friendly people that I like to meet. They shake my hand and never ask my name, and they start asking questions that are always the same. Hey, what's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Michael J. Fox like? He's a nice guy. What's Michael J. Fox like? Look, he's an alien. Just stop asking me the question. I went to the bar mitzvah of my nephew Josh. Now, I'm not Jewish, but I like to nosh. Put on my yarmulke, started to pray. When the rabbi leaned over and I heard him say, hey, was that real manure? No, it wasn't. Was that real manure? No. Was that real manure? Look, it's a movie. Just stop asking me the question. Can we take your picture? Come on, look mean. Would you call my friend a butthead on his answering machine? Hey, questions, just fill my head. I went to my doctor. My doctor said, hey, Tom, what does a key grip do? He sets up lights. What does the best boy do? Help the key grip. What does a producer do? I don't know. Stop asking me the question. Do you all hang out together? No, we don't. How's Crispin Glover? I never talked to him. Back to the Future 4. Not happening. Stop asking me the question. Hey, who's the nicest famous guy you know? Adam Sandler. Who is the biggest jerk? Gary Busey. How much money do you make? More than you do. So stop asking me the question.
Tom Wilson talking about being in the Back to the Future trilogy. And once again, in the news today for selling his tape collection, including the sealed VHS tape of Back to the Future for $75,000 at auction. So
you said one and two, right?
Yeah, it was a 1 and 2, and it had documentary secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy.
Yeah. Sounds like a box set.
There's a bunch of them. There were several different things that he had, including some promotional stuff from Pepsi. There's all kinds of weird stuff that they've auctioned off for big money. And you have how many VHS players at your house?
Active, 2.
Is one of them needs to be repaired?
Has a tape stuck in it.
Have you ever got into that, like fixing the VCRs or anything? Do you know? No?
Little side hustle. Have you tried meth? That'll make you take apart your VCR.
Yeah, try that.
Actually, back in the day, I did take one apart.
Did you ever put it back together?
No.
Okay. That's sort of the hard part.
Neither do they.
Yeah. Coming up, a tribute to action figures. For those of you that are interested. And for the rest of you, well, sorry. Christy, also, what do we got over there? What are you going to tell me?
We have an update on the dress that Kim Kardashian wore to the Met Gala. Do you say gala or gala?
I think they're both correct. I think gala sounds better. Isn't gala the bathroom tissue?
No.
Gala is something. You're right. It's like a product.
Isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Isn't it paper towels or something?
I don't know. Joe Exotic is in the news again, as is John Hinckley Jr. And guys drinking lager might actually improve this part of your health.
Cool.
What part is that? We'll find out.
Is it penis? Is it close to penis?
Well, a little above.
Mm-hmm. Belly button. Is it the belly button?
Your tongue, maybe? Oh.
And also, if we're talking guys, would you wear pearls?
Yes.
Sure. Heck
Okay.
yeah. I'd wear pearls.
It's a new trend with
It's
men.
no different than those chokers we used to wear
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
You'd wear a
You'd wear
pearl necklace?
Sure.
Okay, and then no double
I am
entendre.
not saying a word.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry.
Splash me with you, Tom.
Give me some you-goo.
Hit me, Tom.
Hit me with your you-goo.
Boy, nobody saw that coming, huh?
No, their eyes were closed.
Got a button up.
Okay, where was I? You're gonna need these goggles, Dorothy. Let's just go around the horn here. I'll start with you, Chick McGee.
Yes.
Chick McGee, what is your sleep number setting for your sleep number bed?
Well, whatever you want it to be when you come over and you splash me with you.
Right.
I'm going to say 100, Tom. I like a firm mattress. You know that.
Okay, I'll start over here. Hi, Christy Lee.
Hi, Tom Griswold.
I know you've got the sleep number bed, and
Yes, I do.
what is your sleep number setting?
45.
That's kind of soft. But Mr. McGee, of course, has the 100 as his sleep number setting, meaning it's a firmer mattress. If he chose to go down to 45, it'd just be a matter of touching that button. That's the beauty of the sleep number bed. It's not like you go to the store and get a mattress, then you get home and, well, I didn't really, couldn't think about it. I don't like this firmness level. No. The firmness level is adjustable, and it's adjustable on either side. So that person's happy, you're happy, and the Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is currently on sale at the best price ever. Save 50% on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds, and also available right now, special financing. Subject to credit approval, minimum monthly payments are required. See sleepnumber.com for all the details. Find out about the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It will tell you how to get even more comfortable and get better sleep, because we all need quality sleep. Check it out at sleepnumber.com/BT Show. I love my Sleep Number bed. You'll love yours too. It's like having 40 beds in one, except it fits in a smaller space. That's right. The Sleep Number bed from sleepnumber.com/BT Show. Coming up, as you said, Joe Exotic is in the news. And also perhaps some scary radio signals. And you got that song almost ready, Pat?
We're doing one more rehearsal.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to it. Nothing can go wrong now.
No.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
And a good morning to you. Mark Allison rolling through on a Friday. Just taking care of a little bit of business here. BobandTomStore.com for the brand new Bob and Tom merchandise, including that brand new Bob and Tom Show hat. Have you seen it? Check it out. BobandTomStore.com. Our clothing size is small, all the way up to 4XL, 5XL. If we don't have your size, check back. We're constantly restocking at BobandTomStore.com. Also, those Bob and Tom Show hats, yep, they're adjustable. They'll fit any size melon, including my big head. Go to BobandTomStore.com. Just look in the upper left-hand corner for the new tab, and you can see the latest that's been added. We've restocked for the summer, and you should check it out now at BobandTomStore.com. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. Asian stock markets mostly lower after Wall Street fell on fears interest rate hikes will depress global economic activity. Shanghai, Tokyo, Sydney all fell. Hong Kong advanced. Oil prices edged lower but stayed above $115 per barrel. Wall Street's benchmark S&P 500 index tumbled 3.3% after Britain's central bank followed the Federal Reserve in raising its key interest rate to cool surging prices. Central banks in Switzerland and Taiwan also raised rates. Investors worry the moves to control inflation that is running at 4-decade highs might tip the U.S. and other major economies into a recession. A Russian-owned super yacht seized by the United States has arrived in Honolulu Harbor flying an American flag. The U.S. last week won a legal battle in Fiji to take the $325 million vessel and immediately sailed it to Hawaii. The FBI has linked the Amadea to the Russian oligarch Suleiman Karimov. The U.S. said Karimov secretly bought the Cayman Island flag vessel last year through various shell companies. The ship became a target of task force klepto capture, launched in March to seize the assets of Russian oligarchs to help put pressure on Russia to end the war in Ukraine. The vessel, about the length of a football field, it arrived in Honolulu on Thursday. That's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Fine.
Guy's down in Florida. He's reading the classified ads, and he sees an ad that says, talking dog, $20. So he goes to the address, lists on the paper, knocks on the door. Guy answers the door. Guy says, I understand you got a talking dog for $20. And he goes, yep. He goes, can I see him? He goes, yep, he's in the bedroom. So he walks in the bedroom, dog's laying on the bed, remote in hand, watching TV. Walks in the room, the dog goes, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. You're a talking dog. What are you doing down here in Florida? He goes, well, I started out in New York. I used to teach other dogs how to lead the blind, and then, well, the Gulf War broke out, and so I went over there and I brought medicine to injured soldiers and rescued soldiers, and that was over. I came back to New York, and I was on Broadway for a while. I was in Riverdance. And of course, you had the tragedy with the Twin Towers, so I helped out there and started sniffing for bombs and things like that. And finally, I decided I'd had enough, and I was going to come down here to Florida to retire. The guy can't believe it. He walks back in the other room to the other guys. He goes, what's the deal? Why are you selling that talking dog for $20? The guy goes, 'cause he's a big liar.
That's a good one. Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, hey, what gives...
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile.
but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Hey, Pat.
Boy, do we have a surprise for everyone. There's Jeff Oskey.
Hey.
Filling in for Josh Arnold.
Oh, well.
He's at the
Hope you got your ice.
sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
You hit a button and the ice comes out.
There's Willie Griswold.
You're in the building more than any of us.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom, and I'd love to hear the explanation as to what went wrong with something else.
I got some ice.
All you have to do is hit a button.
Well,
yes or no? Did you get sidetracked seeing someone and started talking?
No, I'm struggling with the ice machine. I got it working.
Yeah, I know how complicated those
It's
are.
a one button. There's a picture of ice cubes or water. And
Or you can say, hey, Mark, can you get me some ice?
Yeah.
There were no glasses down there.
When you're flustered and when you're angry, it's the funniest thing in the whole world to me. And this morning you've been both.
Yeah.
More than ever. And it's
How
my
do the people
favorite
down there? There are no glasses down there.
You're a lunatic.
Survive.
You took a sleeve over there like a week ago.
You know,
They must have used them all up. Do I have to supply everybody in the building?
maybe the people down there are not, they bring their own cups because they're trying to save the planet.
Hey, the people down the hall.
Well, it's not working, okay? You've been outside.
It's not working. So that's what you say. You say just throw it away.
Yeah.
Just throw in the towel.
Well, I don't know what these cups are. I'm sure this is recyclable something, I suppose.
Styrofoam?
What? This isn't styrofoam. It's some other miraculous product from Canada. We have to...
Well, despite the fact you were late, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Well, thanks.
Welcome back.
You're welcome.
Enjoy some nice iced tea from this plastic straw.
Tom.
Yeah, I know this is going to end up in a seal's throat.
And now, Tom Griswold on the wrong side of everything.
There has to be a way that our culture can come up with a disposable unit to grind these straws into something. I understand
I saw a documentary the other day where they're called super worms, and they eat styrofoam.
What?
Yes, they love styrofoam and they eat it.
Well,
Can you fish with them?
And they function.
Is it good for them? Are they all right?
I don't know. They like it. They seem to like it. It's like cotton candy.
Well, we can figure something out for our culture. In the meantime...
Why don't you figure out getting back to the show on time? How about that?
Maybe start there. There were some cups down there. I could have...
Do we want to acknowledge what's going on in there?
Yeah. Pat, you guys, is Dean in there with you?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, there he
Yep,
is.
sitting right there, big as life.
Look
How
at
about the monitor? How about the monitor, Tom?
Beautiful.
First of all, did you know there was a monitor there?
Yes, it's easier for me to look to the right
And
than the
it's
left.
one of the only. It's only one of a TV that's bigger than my TV at home.
So wait a minute. It's easier for you to look this way.
I can look through the glass. I just can't see because there's a reflection. Dean's in
that's
there.
handy.
Okay.
And it's not like there's anything important to the left, like a big TV monitor or your son.
Hey, that's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool double cutaway Gibson, Dean.
Hey, thanks. These are humbuckers, Tom. You know that.
Humbuckers.
Love the humbuckers.
Yesterday, we were talking with Al Jackson, who, by the way, is doing a couple of shows in Ann Arbor.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, go see Al if you're in Michigan or drive from wherever you are. We got talking about...
What if I don't live in Michigan? Well, you could drive. Oh, okay.
You could fly.
Thank you, Tom.
Where was I? The point of this exercise is...
Yes.
Al got talking about, in the history of hip-hop, certain beverages were mentioned.
Right.
That in some cases they're popular and then they become more popular, where in some cases they were never heard of. They put them in some hip-hop thing and it becomes the rage.
Sure. Hennessy, Hypnotic. What's the champagne they're all drinking on the hip-hop videos?
It was Cristal.
Cristal.
Yeah, but now it's Ace of Spades.
Cristal.
Yeah.
Cristal.
Steph Curry last night, and someone helped me, tweet me, if you know, he's holding the NBA trophy in one hand and a really cool bottle of a brown liquid in the other hand, and I can't tell. He's wearing the ski goggles because that's what they do when they spray champagne now, but I don't know what this brown liquid is. It looks really cool, though.
But these things go in trends. And this is a song about a trend in the world of alcohol, Pat?
We were talking about White Claw yesterday, and today we have this lager story with the men. So we're going to put these two ideas together.
Okay, wait a minute. We got to do the story then. Christy, do you have the story about your health and lager? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Recent research suggests drinking lager might improve gut health in men. For the study, guys were divided into two groups and received lager beers without their labels so they would not know whether they were drinking alcoholic or non-alcoholic beer.
I bet they could tell after drinking
Taste it,
one.
yeah. They drank beer every day for 4 weeks. Blood and fecal samples from the study participants allowed scientists to analyze their gut microbiota. Researchers at the Nova University in Lisbon said both groups showed increased gut microbiota diversity, which has been associated with positive health outcomes.
Yeah, and also improves increases the size of your gut.
Yes.
But,
Yeah, can.
It's an interesting thing. It's a good excuse now. You can always say, hey, I'm drinking this for my health. Another good thing. But you've got a song that combines this and the White Claw?
Indeed, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I apologize to any dogs listening.
Drink a White Claw after yoga. Get your nails done. Sing it, Jack. Blonde-haired cougars, online dating, men much younger. Christy likes them. She's given up on her poulet foussé. If you drink White Claw, you start singing like a girl. Get a hold of yourself. Drink a beer and sing like a man. Have a lager every day now. Improve your gut health. Just have one now. Drink responsibly in moderation. If you abuse booze, you'll be taken for rehabilitation. Here we go, falsetto. Have some fun.
Oh, here we go.
If you drink too much, you start acting like a fool. Have one lager a day and try not to have two. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That rocks so hard.
Woo! Oh my
Our
gosh.
apologies to Cream
Yeah.
for that one. The White Claw tribute.
Well, you get up there, don't you, Pat?
Yes, I do.
That was very
Stay
nice.
up there.
The Sirens.
Oh.
They call it a falsetto, but I think it was a real setto.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
So those are humbucker pickups, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
So these are humbucker pickup. This is a Gibson guitar, and that's where the humbucker came from. This guy named Seth Lover. Can you believe it?
Did you ever take some humbucker pickups and strap them onto a Strat?
Oh my gosh, Tom, it's what they call a super Strat. Eddie Van Halen.
Okay.
Got that whole
Okay.
guitar back
We'll do a podcast about that some other day.
Fender Stratocaster.
Thank you very much.
Is that pearl inlay in there, Dino? My goodness.
Is that a pearl inlay?
What's that?
Pearl inlay?
Oh, this is not actual pearl, Willie. That'd be horribly expensive. This is what they fondly call mother of toilet seat. They jokingly call it that. Yeah.
I've been hearing from guitar people now. We were talking about our friend Tom Wilson, the actor famous for playing Biff in the Back to the Future trilogy. And I mentioned the point of the story was that he sold a sealed copy of Back to the Future on VHS tape.
For $75,000.
Yeah, there are people that are collecting VHS. I've always contended that I'm sure there are probably men out there who the world of pornographic material on VHS probably has somehow been positioned in their brain that they have to have their porno on VHS. You know that's out there somewhere. It's been imprinted that way.
The sound of the film loading, probably, or the videotape loading. Yeah.
Interesting now is that a lot of folks use Pornhub, the website, that service, and a lot of their branded content will start with a little kind of drum fill. It's like and there's like a little internet trend where folks are playing that sound in front of, say, their grandma or their best friend, and then you see the person kind of light up like they know what that sound means. So you play the sound, then you know that grandma watches porn. Does that make sense to you? Are you getting that?
I get it. Have you tried it?
I've not tried it.
Okay.
I mean, in here, I'd probably get it. I think maybe Jeff would get it. Godwin, he's in, right?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, Godwin gets it.
So it's like there used to be certain sounds associated with computers and interesting and good to know. I mentioned that speaking of objects that are sealed, I do have a nice gift here.
Yes.
It's a Star Wars Episode 1 Jar Jar Binks action figure.
Uh-huh.
I probably should have kind of bent the corner so this would not be considered mint.
Yeah, it's never going to be worth anything. Just throw it in the trash.
I'm sure there are people that said to Tom Wilson, hey, that VHS of Star Wars or whatever it is, Back to the Future. That's not going to be worth anything, and he got $75,000 for it.
True.
But speaking of Star Wars and Star Trek, I thought we would play this. I have a nice request for this. This is a comedian, Matt Weinhold.
Matt Weinhold is our guest, great comedian, but I know you're like a total Star Trek fanatic.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet any women at these conventions? Or
yes.
Really?
But
are you looking? You dating? You dating at all? You gone in recent dates?
I don't. You know. Well, here's the thing. I told you before, I collect action figures.
Right.
Because I know what the ladies like.
Sure.
And this is true. Recently, I met the daughter of a star of a famous science fiction show, Star Trek, actually.
Okay.
And I thought she was really nice and really funny and charming. And I thought, hey, maybe I should ask her out. We go on a date, out to dinner, back to my place. Who knows where it could lead?
Sure.
Then I thought, wait a minute. I think I've got an action figure of her dad on my shelf in my bedroom. And, nothing will mess up a sexual encounter faster than seeing a plastic version of your dad staring down at you. Oh, I can't believe you're going to have sex with this guy. Look at me, honey. Look at me. Look at me. Look, the guy's a dork. Look at me. I'm here. Look at this. Look around you. There's a Starfleet uniform in the closet. Look. I've been in his... Get out of here! And before, right now, I know that there are a lot of hardcore collectors that are listening to this, going, "You shouldn't take them out of the package. You shouldn't take the figures out of the package."
Yeah, they didn't even hear what you said. What?
Figures are worth less if you take them out of the package, but you put them in your are worth even less. No one wants ass figures these days, Matt. I know what you're thinking. Maybe you can clean them up or something. A little alcohol, some soap and water. But the hardcore collectors, they know. It's like, ooh, Boba Fett. Ass figure. Hey, come on.
Those would be action figures. Oh, my God. You. Matt Weinhold. Remember, don't put the action figures in the old keister. Thank you very much, Matt. Now, we have Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom News Desk, and it's time to move on. Have we missed anything in the news?
Yeah, there's a new trend in men's fashion that may or may not surprise you. According to CNN, men are now sporting pearl jewelry, including necklaces, bracelets, rings, and earrings. Pearls have been spotted among Major League Baseball players, models, rappers, and, of course, Harry Styles. Zales executive from the Zales jewelry store, Angie Kennedy, said, quote, men's jewelry was starting to take off pre-pandemic. Then as we started to live in this virtual world, it quickly became about how we can wardrobe from the neck up. Kennedy added, in the last baseball season, we saw baseball players come to the field with pearl necklaces on, and it solidified the trend for us in the jewelry business.
Well, Babe Ruth used to come on the field with a couple pearl necklaces, mostly next to the ketchup stains in his uniform from the baseball Annies, but...
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
When I was a boy, I loved that song by ZZ Top, Pearl Necklace.
Sure.
I was like 8 years old, running through the house, having no clue what the song was about.
I'm with you on
singing
this
it at the
too.
top of my lungs. Yep.
I had no idea until I was well into my 20s.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's what I was singing?
Yeah, I thought, oh, he's so nice to his girl. He's buying her a pearl necklace.
That's what it's about. I mean, you can go down Filth Alley and change the meaning of it.
Or there's a line in the song that says, that's not jewelry he's talking about.
Well, thank you, Ace. Once again.
Splash me with you, Tom.
With you, Goo? Sorry. I was trying to kind of present a defense, if you will.
Yeah?
You almost got a spit take out of Jeff.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Earlier this week, the Japanese government released a study on gender equality. The wide-ranging study presented a large variety of data about men and women in Japan. I don't know if the guys are wearing pearl necklaces, but one statistic that really was met with shock is 40% of unmarried Japanese men in their 20s have never been on a date.
In their 20s.
40%.
Huh.
That's a lot.
How about their sex dolls? Have they been on a date?
It doesn't mention sex dolls in my story. I don't.
Not a word about sex dolls.
Haven't they perfected that? Isn't that the big thing? Perhaps not. I'm sorry. Isn't that the place where the pornography, they pixelate out all of the genitalia?
Yes.
Yeah, super hot. Yeah,
There is something going on there about that. Yeah, and I don't know what it is.
Now, I wonder if that's a turn on. If someone who came up in that culture would.
Remember, we've had this. If you can think about it, it's a fetish, and people are excited about.
I mean, can you buy like a plexiglass thing that will pixelate the actual?
Well,
so you can say, "Here, honey, spread them and hold this up."
We used to have. We used to have a pair of glasses where it looked like the black bar across your eyes. Remember that?
Sure, I remember those.
That was hilarious.
So could you get panties like that?
There were sunglasses.
I think we Googled this, and I think that you can. I think that we've had this deja vu today. My goodness.
I know.
Okay, sorry.
Well, that's the weird part. I know Willie's probably watched a little bit of this. They pixelate that out, but then when it comes time for the
end,
not pixelated.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
You would think that would be pixelated more than anything. Money shot just wide open.
Maybe that's what they're into.
That's party time over there. They
Yeah,
love that.
maybe that's what they're all about.
That is party time.
Who knows? So why are these young Japanese men not going on dates?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't live in Japan.
Less and less young people are going on dates. It's a lot of group hangs. Hey, we're having the pals over. You want to come hang out?
Really?
Yeah. I think some people think it's kind of disarming. That way, if it's a bad date, you can have your buddy there and just get out.
Okay.
Have you ever ditched anyone, Willie, during a bad date?
No, I've had people just like not text me back, kind of thing, But I think I'm a nice guy on a date.
Do you have a guy standing by, and you, if you're not enjoying the date, they call you and you act like it's an emergency and you leave?
I think even if a date's bad, it's still a fun opportunity to learn something about somebody, try some new food.
All right.
You got to go to a good restaurant.
Oh, you're going to be kind, isn't that it?
I'm like one of the best guys there is. Are you kidding me?
Your dad had a friend,
certified nice guy.
Didn't a friend of yours ditch the whole deal, right?
Yeah, I was. Eddie, not our Eddie.
Yeah.
This Eddie. Yeah. He'd been set up by this woman that I was seeing, and so we went out to dinner. And after 3 minutes, Eddie gets up to go to the bathroom, never comes back to the table. And this other young lady was just really nice and attractive, and it was pre-cell phone.
Wait a minute. What am I thinking about? Pat, you had to have ditched a date.
No, I've called them on account of rain.
Disappeared.
Over chattiness, maybe.
What does that mean? What do you mean? Called them on account of rain?
I just mean I've cut them short.
Oh, all right.
I had this happen. I had been talking to a woman on Plenty of Fish, and we decided to meet up. And we got to the restaurant at the same time. We both got out of our cars. We looked at each other. I was like, Katie? She's like, yes. Jeff? Yeah. And we both just go, And we both just were like, cool, got in our cars and drove off. Really? Like, we both were instantly not attracted to the other person, and we just called it off.
Had you seen
Saved a lot of time and money.
Had you seen a photograph of her prior to this?
I had on the website, and I'm going to quote my friend Matt Holt when it comes to this. I believe everyone should have to hold a current paper, like they're a hostage, a proof of life type thing, to let you know when the photo was taken.
Lee Oswald with the rifle.
Yes.
I see. So you know the date in the photo.
Yeah.
So it was a daguerreotype.
But we were both equally disappointed with the other person.
Well, there you go.
Happy ending.
Yeah.
Plenty o' fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be called Plenty of Whales.
Come on, man.
That's mean.
Hey, this is what they're getting. It's a lose-lose on both people's side on that site.
You know something? If you'd been listening to that last joke with Raycons on, it would have been 37% better. Raycons, they're the great earbuds that sound terrific, and they're half the price of those other ones. You know what I'm talking about. It's about time you got some great Raycons, because it's not just about what goes in your ears. It's about what doesn't go in your ears. And you can tune it in so your surroundings are pretty much gone, because they've got awareness mode and noise isolation modes. They're the Raycons. Chick McGee's the one that turned me on to them. Tell me more, Chick.
That's exactly right. If you want to see for yourself what the hype is all about, and ladies and gentlemen, here's another love letter for Raycon Love. I thank you guys every day for being on the air and making me laugh, and for getting me my Raycons. They replace my big audio earbuds I used to have. I love my Raycons. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Raycon love. You'll like them too.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Raycon. When we come back, Christy, what's happening over there?
We have Squid Game in the news. We have Joe Exotic in the news. We have Ferraris in the news. And could there be alien radio signals out there?
Alien radio.
We got weather on the 10s. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Why did he
Don't know what to give a certain dad for Father's Day? How about a gift he'll open every day? A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Dad, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, it is a Friday. I'm sure you're very aware of that. As your work week comes to an end and you're looking towards the weekend, what? No Bob and Tom show Saturday, Sunday? Well, we do have Bob and Tom Extra and Best of shows out there. But if you're anxious this afternoon or sometime over the weekend, you can head to bobandtom.com/podcasts and download a couple podcasts for free. Next thing you know, you're listening to Bob and Tom content, and it's making you smile. You got the Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. That bad boy drops. The Josh Arnold podcast, where Josh discusses fun topics, is lurking in there. And the Bits and Pieces podcast is a dive into the archives and discussions of some of our favorite bits and pieces from the Bob and Tom Show. Highly recommend it. Josh, a recent guest, you can listen there for free. bobandtom.com/podcasts. Enjoy over the weekend. And remember, it's free. bobandtom.com/podcasts. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Golden State Warriors are NBA champions once again, beating the Celtics 103-90 last night in Boston for their fourth title in the last 8 seasons. Steph Curry, 34 points for the Warriors, who claimed the franchise's 7th championship overall, and Steph was named the series MVP. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action. Cleveland beat Colorado 4-2. American League winners, Oakland, Baltimore, the Yankees, Texas, and the Angels. In the National League, San Diego beat the Cubs. The Phillies, the Mets also win. And one WNBA game, New York over Washington, 77-65. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show, and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's the most outrageous video ever because it features real girls. And not just any real girls, but real girls on video going, woo! Oh, yeah, just the way you love them. Real girls on video going, woo! All kinds of real girls on video going, woo! All across America. Real girls on video going, features real girls. And each copy of Real Girls on Video Going features a group of loser drunk guys going, that's right. You get Real Girls on Video Going and loser drunk guys going. And hey, act now and you'll receive at half price Real Girls on Video Going. That's Real Girls on Video Going. And the bonus tape, Real Girls on Video Going, and the drunk loser guys going. But wait, order now, and Frigolol Video will throw in Real Girls on Video Going, and that's Real Girls on Video Going, Real Girls on Video Going, and Real Girls on Video Going, and all complete with loser drunk guys going. Order now.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Greg Hahn is our guest.
I went out with this one girl. Can I say this?
Yeah. Sure.
Get a load of this. I'm on a date. I was out with this girl, right? Here's what she says. It's true. She says, oh, I did something she didn't like. She goes, oh, you just lost some points. Oh, there's points involved. It's a point system that the women have. It's a point system. Men, we don't know what's going on. All we know is it involves points, and all of a sudden, we're down. You know what I mean? I was doing my impression of her mother. She's like, oh, you just lost some points. I'm like, really? How many did I start out with? Don't ask any questions. You just got to lose more points. We'll transfer my account to your younger sister.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening.
Extremely itchy balls.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Poor Josh.
Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
He's filling in for Josh Arnold, who's sick. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
Doing some blow over there. Nasal?
Doing some flow, baby. Some Flonase.
Flonase. I'm Chick
nothing
McGee.
better.
And here's Tom. Tommy.
Thank you very much. We've also been enjoying your emails about places you've gone, especially if you've driven and spent maybe half a day driving somewhere just to have lunch and then drive.
Well, there's
back.
no limit or no minimum. Just, yeah. Just
How about this one? This is from Ben. I've driven 1,000 miles from Green Bay, Wisconsin to Buffalo, Wyoming to the Winchester, the best steakhouse the world has ever seen.
That's made out of an old cathedral.
Oh,
Winchester Cathedral. Who did that song?
Well, that's a
hang on. Wait a minute. Now, you're aware of the song.
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the band?
Rudy Valley.
No, it's not Rudy Valley. The band that did Winchester Cathedral. Jeff Oskey.
I never even
Chick
heard
knows. So
nope, I have no idea.
Really?
Nope, I don't remember.
Willie, do you know
this?
Of course I don't know.
Ace?
Isn't it the Fainting Goats or something?
No.
Winchester Cathedral.
I want one of those.
We had in one of our triumphant bookings.
Is it Freddie Cannon or somebody?
We had a guy that was allegedly in the band. We found out that he was in the band after they had their only hit.
You're bringing me down.
Here it is.
What is it about that chair?
And it was a novelty song. It was part of the British invasion.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a point where they would play anything. clearly.
Can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, and I can sing every word of that song. What is that all about?
And then
sing it through one of those megaphones.
Yeah, like Rudy
the
Valley.
cheerleader?
It was mocking that. We used to sing that at camp, except when we would go, Bo Dangy, go down. Which
Who's Bo Dangy?
I think it was some kind of
Very adventurous young man.
phallic reference.
Tom, start the song again and watch Osuke. It makes him move, and I don't know if it's Josh's chair or whatever, but he starts to dance. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. How about that, huh?
Jeff, why do you look so scared when you dance?
Yeah, your face turned all red. Here we go. Oh, dangy, go down. Once again, that was how we
You
sang.
had the weirdest childhood of anyone I know.
You need some girls around.
Yeah, you did.
Just one girl.
You did.
Made a whole difference.
All boys camp, all boys school.
So tell me, who did the song?
You know, it's okay if you want to come out. It's fine.
If you're coming out, I'm coming out too.
It's a new world.
You know what? And I think on a lot of levels, Kelly might be relieved. Okay? You got beautiful kids.
What do you think all those trips are
Beautiful
for?
kids.
Is the only reason that you're not gay because there's no way you can make more kids, man to man? Is that it?
That could be. I don't know. Winchester. Is it the new vaudeville band? I don't even.
That's close.
New vaudeville band.
Wait a minute,
Vaudevillians,
so
I think.
You don't know, and you've been asking us.
I don't remember. I think it was the new.
New Vaudevillians?
Who brought up Winchester Cathedral anyway?
Chick did.
No, there was a
Dean
Winchester
he's pointing at something.
Steakhouse.
Oh,
You can't ask us trivia.
new
and not know
vaudeville
the
band.
answer.
Yeah, there you go.
It is the new vaudeville band.
Okay.
Yeah, and the new. Okay, this is from my friend Steve. The management of the new vaudeville band, a dude named Peter Grant. His next band was called Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
Well, he's the guy isn't he the guy that they mock in he carried around a rugby or cricket bat. That's it. And he's sort of parodied in This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh.
So in any event, what we were talking about was this gent, Ben, who drives 1,000 miles from Green Bay to Buffalo, Wyoming for the Winchester Steakhouse.
Okay.
I doubt if that song is on the jukebox.
It was on Fontana Records, and it was written by some guy named G. Stevens.
Does it say what year?
The new vaudeville band.
60s.
Yeah, late 60s.
Okay.
Let's
So
see.
I'd have been a little kid.
My wife and I drive 6.5 hours one way to spend the night and eat at the Portsmouth Brewery. Thai curry mussels and lemongrass calamari will make you do stupid things.
And Portsmouth, New Hampshire? Is that
Writes
or Maine?
Tony. Don't know.
Oh.
Portsmouth, Ohio.
Could be any of those.
Well, it depends where he's starting from.
What a half-assed story that
was. This backwards. I'm sorry, Tony.
Thanks, Tom, for no information. Appreciate it.
That sounded delicious. Where
Yeah,
did it go?
it did. It sounds like Portsmouth, New Hampshire. That's why I asked.
Turn his mic off.
Did you know that this is from Aaron?
Yeah.
I'll drive over an hour and a half to Balltown, Iowa.
Oh, yeah? He's going to Balltown, is he?
Christy, when's the last time you went to Balltown? A couple days
That's why
ago.
I'm going on vacation.
Oh, there you go.
It's next to Nutville, isn't it? The Twin
Nutville,
Cities?
Downtown.
Nutbush City Limits, isn't that
Yeah,
a song?
right outside there.
Okay.
Scrotopolis.
I'm sorry. Aaron.
Fine people of Scrotopolis.
Testy Town.
Aaron drives to Balltown, Iowa.
Yeah, he does.
Because of Breet Box Country Dining. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I apologize, Aaron. This looks pretty good. Roasted chicken, roast pork, glazed ham, popcorn, shrimp, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and so much more.
Boy.
See?
That's good country food if I ever heard it.
I'm going to call a point of parliamentary procedure.
Yes.
What's roasted chicken? All right?
It's a mixture of broiling and
Shut
roast.
up. It's either roasted chicken or shut up about it, okay? I don't want to hear anything about broasted chicken.
Doesn't
You're damn right I am. I'm sick of it.
Doesn't a broiler do it from the top?
It's
Yes.
roasted chicken. So it's raw chicken, basically.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
raw.
roasted from the bottom and broiled from the top. Is that how that works?
It's a mixture.
If it's roasted, yes. We stop using the term broasted.
No, it's
He's right.
There's a burner on the top.
It's not frosted when it's fried and roasted, is it? No.
You've never had any brie fries?
What the hell are those?
I don't know.
Hang on a second. We just got turduckened. What just happened?
Brie fries.
When we come back, we'll try to defend today's show. And we have something really cool coming up in the news. Sounds kind of like this. Oh, yeah. Weird. What does that sound?
More weird sounds coming up. Yeah.
And
Happy birthday to you.
oh, happy birthday, Mr. President.
Do we have Jeff Oskey today?
And we have coming up news we failed to mention with Jeff Oskey.
Can I ask a favor? Can you just sit there in the tie and do it, or do you have to go to the room?
He did it last week from your seat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm very excited.
I'm tired.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
And a good morning to you on a Friday. Again, just a reminder, we hope you can join us tonight. We're going to send some kids to summer camp. We'll be at the Irving Theater on East Washington Street. That's in Indianapolis, Indiana. Doors open 6:30. Show starts at 7:30. On stage, an all-star lineup. Willie Griswold, Jeff Oskey, and the man with the #1 comedy album in the country, Pat Godwin, his guitar. That's right. Look, everybody, it's John Denver. John Denver will not be appearing. Hosted by Tom Griswold and the gallbladder-free Chick McGee. That's coming up tonight. For tickets, go to bobandtom.com/comedy show. Oh, I know you're where you are and we're in Indianapolis tonight. But if you're in driving distance, gas is expensive. But come on, it'll be fun. We're helping send local kids to summer camp. bobandtom.com/comedy show. Come on out and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news. Beyonce fans figured something was up with her when she removed her profile photos across all her social media platforms last week. I don't know how I missed that. Now we know what's happening. She's dropping a new studio album next month. It's titled Renaissance, and the 16-track project drops July 29th. Beyonce's already begun listing music and merch on her website and several streaming services. Renaissance would be the follow-up to 2016's Lemonade. After a day of opening statements, there was no action in the trial of the man charged with the shooting death of Nipsey Hussle. Court adjourned for the week and is set to resume Monday. Eric R. Holder charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of the rap star in 2019. Holder could get life in prison if the jury agrees with the prosecution. After a glittering career stuffed with #1 hits, not to mention a 2-year pandemic delay, Mariah Carey finally inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame Thursday, but not before challenging her new fellow members to do better by women. Carey noted that of the 439 total inductees in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, only 32 have been women up until now. Congratulations to Mariah Carey. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? Well, get him a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
And now, from the Amish Brewing Company, Buttermilk Ice Light.
Ringer.
Nice toss, Graber.
Thank you, my friends. Women of the Old Testament.
Okay, Ruth or Mary Magdalene?
Ruth. Okay, how about this? Ruth or Eve? Eve.
Buttermilk Ice Light from the Amish Brewing Company. The hand-churned buttermilk is frozen, the curds removed, put in the back of a buggy and driven around town until thawed, then returned to the farm and slowly filtered through a hand-sewn patchwork quilt, then refrozen to create the unique taste of Buttermilk Ice Light.
Okay, plain black floor-length dress or red lacy see-through teddy? Plain black floor-length dress.
When you say buttermilk, you've said it all.
99 glasses of buttermilk on the wall.
Hold it. Fritz. Fritz, move over. Let me drive the buggy. It's okay, Graber. I took his reins away when he wasn't looking. You're a good friend, Yoder.
The Amish Brewing Company would like to remind you, if thou hast had too much to drink, thou shalt not drive. Amish Brewing Company, Napanee, Indiana.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
I actually I have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
All right, woke chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom.
Education.
Oh, God.
Once again, shining.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Oh, yes, I am.
There's Jeff Oskey in for Josh Arnold.
That's right.
There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Ooh, somebody emailed me a nice picture of some new Glarus Brewing Company Spotted Cow. Best beer in the world, only available in Wisconsin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah?
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
We're talking about road tripping.
Did you say squeezers?
Yeah, I'm calling them squeezers now. Do you guys like that?
I thought it was heavy gnats.
Heavy gnats or squeezers?
I have not heard squeezers
I like
before.
that. I like that very much.
I know we have a lot to get to, however.
What?
I think it's worth kind of dipping our toes into obscurity once again, because we've been talking about some interesting things. We were lucky enough to feature the new vaudeville band.
Lucky enough to feature
the Winchester Cathedral song.
We played that crappy song.
We didn't play the whole thing. We just made them suffer through a few seconds of it. For those of you that have never heard it, this was, believe it or not, this was actually a big hit at one point.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down.
That's enough. Okay.
Were they out of records to play?
No, this is the whole British invasion thing. They would
Real bad.
Anything that was British there for a while. It's much like the Academy Awards with British movies for a while. Anything with a British accent, they'd give the Academy Award to. Oh, this is serious and important. Yeah, sure it is. Now, we were talking also about VHS tapes because the actor Tom Wilson, friend of the show, who played Biff in the Back to the Future trilogy, just sold a mint edition copy of the VHS tape. Was it $75,000?
Yep, sure was.
And it was sealed. And that brought up a couple different topics. But I thought we would play this. Now, admittedly, everything about this is dated, and you may not necessarily get it. And I will explain what I'm talking about at the end of this. But, of course, this does feature the great Mr. Obvious.
Heidi-ho, Mr. O here, Mr. Obvious. Welcome to the Mr. Obvious Show. Let's take a call. Hello, Mr. Obvious Show?
Hello, is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Hi, Mr. Obvious. A long-time listener, first-time caller. Mr. Obvious, I wanted to let you know my wife and I, we just celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary the other day.
Well, congratulations, and thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
No, wait, Mr. Obvious?
Yes?
That's not what I call exactly.
Oh, well, go ahead then.
Well, we're celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary, and I wanted to plan, kind of a special evening.
Kind of a dinner candlelight thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, that too. But
sure, those are always nice.
Yeah, but I wanted to do something kind of extra special. I wanted to kind of spice things up a little, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean, Colin.
I was thinking about renting one of them movies,
Oh, the old light just went on, and Mr. Obvious is ooh la la. Say a lot more, Colin. My goodness. Well, oftentimes VCR owners will rent different movies to run in their VCR.
Mr. Obvious, this is something a little different we were wanting to watch.
Say no more, caller. Go ahead.
Right. So anyway, I go to my favorite video rental place, and I tried to find one of the movies that where the cover wasn't too risque. Well, so I found one that looked pretty discreet. Took it home, put it in the VCR, and nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Well, I mean there's
not much action. What?
No, Mr. Obvious. I meant that the movie I stuck it in there and it was defective.
Wouldn't play?
Yeah, it was just there's no sound.
What'd the picture look like? Snow?
Just snowy. I mean, there's
really?
Yeah.
Had it on the right channel.
Well, yeah, I think so. It was on channel 3 like usual.
The tracking was okay on your machine.
Yeah, I checked that, adjusted that.
Sure. So then I'm assuming you took it back, caller.
Well, sure. I mean, I went back there and told them there's a problem with it, and so they exchanged it for me, gave me another brand new one. I took that one home. And same dang thing.
No, 2 in a row?
Well, Mr. Obvious, you're not going to believe this, but I went back another time, and the third one did the same thing.
I think they should look in the quality control department of that videotape store now.
Maybe they got some kind of bad batch of this, this movie, but...
Well, what was the name of the movie?
Well, I'm kind of embarrassed to say it's, kind of one of them risque, kind of dirty titles.
No, just go ahead.
Well, it's called Head Cleaner.
I'm sorry, what?
It's called Head Cleaner.
Head Cleaner?
Yeah, I know.
You rented Head Cleaner? Caller, a Head Cleaner is tape used for your VCR to clean the interior apparatus of your VCR to make a better picture, to clean the heads on your VCR. Head Cleaner. It's not the name of a spicy, racy movie. It's
not a dirty movie?
No, it's working properly when you don't see a picture. It
cleans the heads on your VCR.
It's a head cleaner, yeah. It's not a movie at all.
Made the connection. Mr. Obvious?
Yeah.
You're a lifesaver.
Thank you, caller. Join us again next time on the Mr. Obvious Show.
There you go. Admittedly, dated, but today's the day we're celebrating the VHS tape after the sale from actor Tom Wilson of his VHS copy of the movie trilogy he was in, Back to the Future. A little bit of a VHS knowledge. And do you get that, Willie? Are you...
I'm pretty familiar with VHS. I had that growing up.
And the Head Cleaner, remember there was the famous poem that's kind of gone out of fashion, Be Kind, Rewind.
Sure, on the Blockbusters tapes. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, a different era, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you very much for that request, Brett. Now, We've been talking about exotic trips, perhaps taken sometimes just for a lunch. I love this one. This comes to us from Chris. He goes, my son and I have gone to every James Bond movie for the last 30 years to the premiere. We go to Whataburger on opening weekend. My youngest son flew from Denver to Midland, Texas. I pick him up there. We drive 2 hours where my other son lives so we can go to Whataburger and the movie.
I've never eaten at a Whataburger.
Delicious.
Is it?
Really good.
Well, but what a nice tradition.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Of course, the problem would be, Chick, you'd have to sit through the James Bond movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not
And here's the bad guy. He just has one really big eye.
Yeah, this last one.
Do you and Willie have a nice tradition that you do every year?
Yeah, get out
Nice
and have a catch.
Father,
Are
son
you kidding me?
moment.
Every year we have a great birthday phone call and handshake.
All right.
And that is
There
such a
you
fun
We go
thing.
no, that's not true. We go skiing
That's
every
probably
year.
true.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
sure. I'm
Skiing,
Go to a couple cool places.
How much?
Remember
how
one
much
year?
one-on-one time, or is it just too small to even mention that you get with Pop? How much you?
No, skiing will be in the chairlift.
Oh, boy.
Unless there are strangers on there that I want to introduce myself to.
Chatting up on the lift. God forbid you're on a chairlift with Tom. Where are you guys from? Oh, Petoskey, Michigan? And he freaks out.
Oh my God! I love Petoskey. Blah, 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 blah.
There's a great brewery called Three Floyds up in the region, Northwest Indiana.
Sure.
They will have men from all across the country driving in on one of their release days, and they will be standing in line like a little kid on the video game release day, and they're all just kind of waiting there. And I have a buddy. He will go. He will not shave. He'll wear a baseball cap because you can only get 2 cases per person.
Right.
He'll get 2 cases. He'll leave. He'll shave in a gas station bathroom, take his baseball cap off, go back, get 2 more cases. He loves it so much.
Wow.
Tell him.
Well, I'm not telling
Now, why,
anybody.
you just said that on the air now.
I'm not going to say his. I'm not going to rat Chris out. Oh, my bad.
Whoa!
Yeah, I owed a favor to a guy, and I found out that he was a exotic beer lover. So I sent someone up there to grab some of this Three Floyd stuff. It's amazing.
It is really good.
And he understood the whole protocol and ritual, and he got it. That's a super cool trip. We're getting so many great letters about just fun journeys. It's a great thing to do. And I know with gas prices, maybe it'll be a little less distance this time. Sorry. We have time to squeeze in one more quick story. Christy, what do you got over there?
Netflix has greenlit a reality competition series based on the hit South Korean drama Squid Game. The 10-episode show is titled Squid Game: The Challenge. According to the streaming giant, it will be the biggest reality competition series ever.
I hope they kill some people.
Come on.
That's the only reason people watch Squid Games.
Yeah, somebody got killed. That's exactly right.
Hosting the largest cast and offering the largest lump sum cash prize in reality TV history, as 456 players compete for $4.56 million. Variety reports contestants will go through a series of games inspired by the original show, along with new additions, which are intended to test the participants' strategies, alliances, and characters. Others are eliminated around them. Recruitment for the series currently open to English language speakers from anywhere in the world, and you can find out more information at squidgamecasting.com.
And again, isn't the reason the show was so good is because they were killing contestants as
Yes,
they lost?
I don't think they're going to kill contestants on this particular show.
Why?
Because we don't kill
Because that would be murder?
Yeah, illegal.
Yeah, but I mean the numbers it would generate. You know, there was a guy at that meeting going, no, wait a second. If we go to a certain third world country, I know I shouldn't call them that, could we kill them?
Oh, my goodness.
Would it be okay?
Yikes.
I mean, we go to Saudi Arabia, they kill journalists, right? Okay.
What? Would you get off of that?
No, I don't get off of it. That's what they did. They deserve all the bad PR they can get. It's not okay that they do that.
It's not okay, but
then
we don't need to
let's
talk
not
about
praise
it.
Phil Mickelson for cashing in. Good luck, Phil. Have a nice time in hell. Time now to protect yourself.
Hey, are you going to go home and curl up in a ball and mumble to yourself at your compound, and you want peace of mind and a nice, secure home? I know I'm going to do just that because I have Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself home security systems.
Oh, nice.
Simply Safe offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders or burglary or coworkers, but against expensive home hazards from flooding to fires. 24/7 professional monitoring. Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, dispatching police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology so that monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. Monitoring plans affordably priced at $1 a day and no long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home, peace of mind, shouldn't break the bank. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes. SimplySafeTom.com today, and you get something, because you know us. A free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. Do it now. It's so easy to install. I've done it a couple times. Go to SimplySafeTom.com.
Thank you very much, Simply Safe. Coming up, we're going to have a special segment featuring Jeff Oskey. It's called News We Failed to Mention.
I love that segment.
Plus, we have scary news from space. Oh, scary outer space news coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, if you'd like to watch the Bob and Tom Show in real time, you can do that. We have it set up for you for free. You just got to go to bobandtom.com/live, and next thing you know, you're watching the Bob and Tom live video feed. There's Ace Cosby telling his joke of the day. And there's Chick McGee's reaction. That's how it works. You can see it for yourself at bobandtom.com/live. If you've never seen the cast before, I wonder what that Christy Lee looks like. Boom, there you go. bobandtom.com/live. The Bob and Tom live video feed. You can watch while you listen while you watch. We just ask you don't do it. Say you're driving down the street in your semi, taking some goods to the market, or your kids to the summer school, summer camp. Don't be driving and watching, but you can watch from home while you're at the breakfast table. Perhaps you get to work and the boss thinks you're working, and you're watching the Bob and Tom Show at bobandtom.com/live. Don't worry, we won't tell your boss what you're doing, as long as you don't tell him what we're doing. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed after the severe flooding. Business owners in some of the gateway towns leading to Yellowstone National Park trying to figure out how they'll make ends meet without a steady stream of tourists. June, typically one of Yellowstone's busiest months. Officials say the park's southern part, which features Old Faithful, could reopen as soon as next week. The northern end, which includes Tower Fall and the bears and wolves of Lamar Valley, could stay closed much longer, perhaps for the rest of the summer. Officials are hoping Gardner, Red Lodge, and other small communities can draw visitors even without access to the park. But some business owners are growing frustrated at all of the cancellations. Meanwhile, Costa Rica has been reeling from unprecedented ransomware attacks, disrupting everyday life in the Central American nation for the last 2 months. The situation raising questions about the United States' role in protecting friendly nation from cyber attacks at a time when Russian-based criminal gangs are targeting less developed countries in ways that could have major global repercussions. Experts believe developing countries like Costa Rica are ripe targets for ransomware gangs, which have stopped going after big game targets after several high-profile attacks last year, including a pipeline attack that led to major gas shortages in parts of the United States. That's a look at things you may have missed on a Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see. I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email, Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real question.
Don't know what to give a certain dad for Father's Day? Well, how about a gift he'll open every day? A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Rob Haney is our guest. Now, Rob, are you...
Well, I was, as you might know, I try to be clean, and this is, I feel I might be going over the border with this, but what's the show that's always about sex? It's only
Real Personal?
Well, then back me up if you saw this. The night they had Dr. Ruth Westheimer on as a guest, and this is all true. And I don't know how I'm going to clean this up. This guy calls in to ask Dr. Ruth for advice. And he said that he had been dating this girl, but he broke up with her because she had, and this is the hard part, she had extreme odor.
All right.
That's what the man said. I'm sorry, but that's what. And anyways, he said that since they had broken up, they had remained close friends, and she had dated 2 other guys, and those relationships broke off kind of suddenly. He thought maybe it was the same reason. Should I tell her? And as God is my witness, this was Dr. Ruth's advice. She said, send the girl some flowers. And on one side of the card, write a little poem, something positive, something upbeat. Which, to me, that's terrible advice. I mean, I can't imagine, can you imagine that poor guy trying to write that poem?
No.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You're real sweet, but you're woo. I've went over the line, haven't I? So that's not me. That's offensive, isn't it, Paul? You're a classy guy, and that is offensive stuff.
Are we back on the air?
We are now.
I apologize.
Did that have to be clipped?
I apologize.
Yes.
I apologize to you ladies.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Look at that, Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
At the pseudo news desk. There's
Wait a minute.
Cosby. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom.
Does that shirt look familiar?
That's one of my shirts from my office.
Sorry, I forgot to bring one today.
No problem at all, brother.
Nice shirt.
It is a nice shirt.
on you.
I know. I feel great.
I think it's yours now.
Oh, yeah. I have like 3 of his shirts at home. I wash them, I bring them back. He never touches them.
If you have a cotton shirt and it needs to be dry cleaned, which is what that looks like, that's an expensive shirt.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Oh. I like it.
From the Jay Leno collection.
You ever noticed my pants and my shirt are the exact same material?
Nothing like cotton denim. It's great.
Denim on denim is in right now.
Canadian
Very
tuxedo is
trendy.
what they call it.
Okay, that's good. Now, Mr. Oskey is here for a reason. This is our weekly feature. I think we're going to start making it a daily feature. I enjoy it so much. It's about mistakes that we have made and things that we have failed to do in this show, which is almost anything relevant or interesting. So you will correct that right now with, you can do the introduction. Go ahead.
That's right. Go ahead. Hit my music, Chick. All right. That wasn't my music, but I'm Jeff Oskey with the Failed to Mention News Desk.
Here he comes.
Oh. We give you a lot of the news each week.
I'll do it over here. And now
Jeff Hoskey. Okay, with you. Okay, with you.
What?
Who the hell's that?
Jeff Hoskey.
You do without the marbles in your mouth?
I'm a Bruce
Here, try this one. Here you go.
And now it's time for Jeff Hoskey.
You do intro the show.
Here's Jeff Oskey.
No, you got to intro the name of the show.
For gosh sakes.
This is a bad show we're having today.
Time now for news that we failed to mention. Here's Jeff Oskey.
There you go.
A large snake was removed from a gentleman's brand new couch. What you failed to mention, I bet that's the last time he buys his couch at Larry's Discount Furniture and Snake Emporium.
Snake World.
A few months ago, they made the world's largest pot-laced brownie.
Nice.
What you failed to mention, it was baked by Sarah Lee's less successful brother, Greg. Greg Lee. Greg. A customs agent seized 110 pounds of illegal bologna at the border. What you failed to mention, customs agents have a way of seizing your illegal B-O-L-O-G. Let's try it again. Because custom agents have a way of seizing B-O-L-O-G. Nope, I'm still off.
No, that works.
No, it's okay. The melody was wrong.
Oh, here we go. I got it now.
Now, here's Jeff Oscar.
Probably okay to miss that last one.
Thank you very much.
Border authorities
again?
Found 52 live reptiles concealed on a man, with some of them even stuffed into his groin area. What you failed to mention, the man was suffering from erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction.
Reptiles, you see.
I get it.
Very good. A family's dog that had been missing for 12 years was finally returned to them. What you failed to mention, just in time for the kids to watch it die.
I would have skipped that one. That's a mean.
That's so sad.
TSA allowed a man to bring a charcuterie tackle box on a plane containing many meats and cheeses. What you failed to mention, finally, hopefully now they'll let me start bordering with my broccoli and cheddar soup case.
Soup case.
Yeah.
Where's my soup case?
Where's my sound effects that save these horrible jokes?
Try it again. Do the last one again. We'll get the.
Finally, hopefully they'll let me start boarding with my broccoli and cheddar soup case.
Well, that's just mean.
Not at all.
Holy heck.
Maybe you'll like this one, Tommy. Some lady who farts and queefs in jars had to go to the hospital because she thought she had a heart attack. What you failed to mention, come to find out, it wasn't a heart attack. It was actually a panic attack. She was suffering from PTSD. PTSD.
Here's your sound effect.
Authorities checking a shipment of frozen onion rings found 900 pounds of cocaine.
Whoa.
What you failed to mention, talk about your drug rings. No? Okay. Really, dead silence. All right. So that's what we're doing today. I like being in the other room way more. A woman in jail was busted trying to use her bra's underwire to pick the lock to her cell. What you failed to mention, she said, I did not try to break out of my cell using my underwire. Cross my heart.
Hello there.
Now, that's referencing a 40-year-old commercial?
Cross my heart bra. Yeah. Cross your heart bras. They're still out there.
You don't get to play that card,
No,
Tom.
you don't.
No, I love that joke. I love that joke. No, that's a very old commercial. Do they still do the Cross Your Heart
Yes,
bra?
they do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The National Weather Service is running out of names to name hurricanes. What you failed to mention, here's a few that are still available. How about Ida Evacuate? Or May Seek Shelter? How about Skip Town? No? Okay. All right. A man who was gored to death at the running of the bulls has died. What you failed to mention, I bet his obituary started with the sentence, Mike was never the fastest runner, but that never stopped him from trying to achieve his dreams.
He's dead, you see.
Yeah.
Bulls got him, Christy.
Yes.
Two more. A woman set an ice diving record by swimming under ice for some impressive length. What you failed to mention, insert glass ceiling joke here.
Oh.
No? Okay. And finally, a dangerous Asian spider has been spotted on the east coast of America. Wow. What you failed to mention, they're super easy to spot. They're the ones helping the American spiders with their homework. I'm Jeff Oscar, and this is the news that we failed to mention.
That's right.
Pew, 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 pew.
This has been Jeff Oscar, the news we failed to mention.
Thank you.
I wish I would have failed to have done it.
Oh, no.
Hey, at least you got a nice shirt out of the deal.
Time now for another feature.
Yes.
It's time for the Napa Big Deal of the week.
Oh.
At Napa, when it comes to serving you, their motor never quits. From next-day delivery to getting involved with local communities, that's Napa know-how. I wonder what the big deal of the week will be this week.
We got a lot to choose from.
All right.
We have the bear. Oh, sorry. We have the dog. Excuse me. The dog that ran into the gorilla cage at the zoo. They had to get the dog out before the gorilla threw the dog and said, fetch this.
I wonder if this head comes off.
How about this one? I love this story. There's a town in Colorado. They want to rename the town Kush because they have a thriving cannabis growing industry there.
It's a huge deal.
And they're voting on it real soon. Speaking of Kush, Snoop Dogg's blunt roller received a raise from Snoop.
Good for him.
Due to inflation. And I think he pays the guy, what, $60K a year?
Yeah, it's definitely a nice deal.
And I mean, I don't know how many joints one can roll in a day, but apparently this is what the guy does.
So joints and blunts are two separate things. Joints, you use rolling paper, and a blunt is a split cigarello.
We had a bus driver who apparently does not speak English very well, and he inadvertently ate a bunch of THC-infused gummies and had to pull over the side of the road with 30 passengers on the bus and went to sleep. I feel bad for this guy.
I do too.
Apparently he was new to the United States, spoke no English, and
had no clue why his gummy bears cost $85.
Yeah, sad.
Probably didn't understand the money, and he probably couldn't read the fact that they looked like candy to this guy. How about the cops that seized that weed truck in New York City? A series of trucks, they had more than $500,000 in tickets. So they actually grabbed and they've confiscated their vehicles, hoping to apparently get their money. You'd think in the weed business they'd be able to somehow get that money. We had some cool world records this week. Would this be the Napa Big Deal of the week?
Maybe.
The longest tortilla throw?
No.
I like the heaviest deadlift with one finger.
Yeah.
That guy.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah. You didn't think that was an interesting story?
Oh, it's fine.
Huh. It was fine. The guy lifts
Weight pancakes always get me excited.
hundreds of pounds.
The old iron pancake.
Yeah.
And it was his middle finger.
Right. Is that a giant to somebody, you think?
I don't know.
Is your middle finger your strongest? I would think it'd be your index.
That's a very fair question, and I think maybe it's a matter of balance. But
okay.
I know that his girlfriend very pleased.
I'm always working out my middle finger. I'm doing a lot of reps while I'm driving. Making sure I'm practicing.
Okay.
All right.
How about in Boston? They installed urine detectors in the elevators.
Yeah.
At the subway. That's I don't quite get that.
Can't pee on the T anymore.
Maybe spend that money, build more bathrooms. Would that be more effective? Yeah. Let's see. Dr. Fauci tested positive for the COVID.
Yeah.
And he's currently, once again, resting on his couchy.
Little grouchy.
Hoping to...
Man, I love that joke.
It's been 2 years in the making. And lastly, how about a guy trying to find the owner of a missing set of dentures?
Excuse me.
Yeah, okay. Any of those strike you as being our best story of the week?
Oh, man.
Well,
mine is Dr. Fauci on his couchy. That's mine. You can't beat that.
But I forgot this one. This is a great story. In Sweden, in one city, they have garbage cans that talk.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Encouraging people to...
Put it in my mouth. Stuff like that.
Literally.
It wasn't that.
It was.
I thought it was just put it in me. I wasn't put it in my mouth.
All right. Which is better? Put it in me or
it's
put it in my
Swedish,
mouth?
so there's an idiomatic...
Sure.
Yeah. That's huge.
That's a pretty big one. Yeah,
that's
maybe that's
that'll be our official Napa bonus Napa big deal of the week.
And remember, at Napa, when it comes to serving you, their motor never quits. From next day delivery to getting involved with local communities. That, my friends, is Napa know-how.
Thank you very much. Now, we've been teasing this story about Marilyn Monroe. Can you lay it on me, please?
Kim Kardashian has been accused of permanently damaging the most expensive dress in the world. It was, of course, Marilyn Monroe's dress. Kim wore it to last month's Met Gala. The skin-tight, sparkling nude dress went down in infamy when Monroe wore it while singing Happy Birthday to President JFK back in 1962.
Happy birthday.
Skin tight.
Happy Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
You get the idea.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie was pissed.
Seething.
Yeah, you think?
Seething in the audience.
Chad Michael Morissette, a visual artist who curates museum and costume exhibits, told USA Today that he observed irreparable damage to the dress when he saw it on display at Ripley's Believe It or Not in Los Angeles. Morissette said he previously handled the dress in 2016 when he displayed it for Julian's Auctions, where Ripley's purchased it for $4.8 million. Ripley has since come out and said that someone from the museum was with Kim Kardashian that night. The dress was no worse for wear after she peeled it off.
Pete Davidson sprayed it down.
Sprayed it down.
Yeah.
He's apparently quite gifted.
Yes. Oh, she came right out and said the only reason she texted him was because she'd heard he had great
Big D energy.
Big D, yeah, Big D energy.
She remains
She was down to
classy.
She was down to you know what. And if you didn't know, Kim wore the garment just for a few moments as she walked up the steps and then was quickly changed into a replica for the rest of the evening.
Next year, she's going to wear Jane Mansfield's famous last dress.
Headless?
You can't mess that thing up much more.
Oh, she lost her head.
Why isn't that her wig came off and they saw it on the hood, I think, or something like that?
I don't know.
I think it was relatively. I think it's safe to say
It
somewhat
extrapolated
distressed.
I can't talk to any of you anymore. I don't know why I even tried.
Joe Exotic and his so-called prison fiancée have ended their relationship. His divorce attorney, Autumn Blackledge, told TMZ that Joe believed he had fallen in love with fellow inmate John Graham. However,
I call him my cracker.
Since John's release from federal prison in Texas, he has ended things with Joe.
That doesn't surprise me.
No. Joe, whose real name is Joseph Maladano Passage, previously filed for divorce from Dylan Passage back in March. TMZ reports that while his relationship with Graham had been a factor, Joe and Dylan were estranged for more than a year. Had not been a factor before Joe filed for divorce. Sources told TMZ the Netflix star, who's serving a sentence for his involvement in a murder-for-hire plot, will continue to have a close relationship with Graham's family despite their split.
So the guy gets out of prison and suddenly loses interest in. Yeah, that makes sense. Freedom.
To date other people.
Yes, yeah, and something that doesn't smell like ass might be part of it.
I was hoping those two crazy kids were going to figure it out.
You know what? I don't care how many times I hear you say smells like ass. I think it's funny.
Yeah?
And several of John Hinckley Jr. concerts have been canceled.
Good.
Gee, that's a really great idea, actually. I don't know how they got scheduled in the first place.
Hinckley's sold-out show at the Market Hotel in Brooklyn was the third gig on his so-called redemption tour that was canceled. Hinckley tweeted, quote, "I've had 3 concerts canceled, Chicago, Connecticut, and now Brooklyn." He added the promoters looking for another venue. The concert at Chicago's Logan Square Auditorium had been planned for July 23rd, while the event at the Space Ballroom in Hamden, Connecticut was scheduled for New Year's Eve. Hinckley was released from court supervision June 15th, 41 years after his attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan in 1981. Well, if the shows were sold out, why were they canceled? Is it because the promoter got
I think that it's an
bad
incredibly poor taste to be.
Hey, y'all, watch this. Guess who I'm going to kill?
Who's opening for him? OJ?
Wow.
I have a feeling the venue was like, oh, that John Hinckley?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think they were that stupid? They didn't know?
I don't know. I mean, if you just hear a musician, I don't know.
How can you shoot a president and then get out of jail?
I don't know.
Yeah, how can you permanently do brain damage to one of his aides? And
it was a insanity defense, wasn't it? And he went to the mental health system.
Well, I don't know. I think anyone who goes to see this, you're just supporting this idiocy. It'll be interesting. Have you heard? We played some of his music, and it was absolutely dreadful.
Mm-hmm. I must have been absent that
You
day.
were lucky.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't melodic, interesting, or let's see now. Let's brighten everybody's day here by saving them a ton of money.
Oh, that'd be great.
Been to the drugstore lately? Yikes. Those prescriptions are super expensive. We get love letters. We started talking about GoodRx, the free app. And GoodRx is not a pharmacy, but it directs you to pharmacies that have the lowest prices, and it varies on a daily basis where you can save a ton of money. Christy turned me onto this whole thing. How can you save up to 80% on your prescriptions, Christy?
It's simple. GoodRx compares prescription prices at over 70,000 pharmacies in your neighborhood, right there, nationwide. They'll find discounts of up to 80%. And if you don't believe us, GoodRx is recommended by doctors, pharmacists, and over 24 million people across this beautiful country who have saved on their prescriptions. Remember, what?
There we go. So I got this letter from Vicky. She writes, I have to take medication every day. It cost me $75 for a 90-day supply. I kept hearing on the Bob and Tom show about GoodRx, so I thought I'll give it a try. My 90-day supply has gone from $75 to $10.
There you go.
Thank you, all caps, Vicky.
You're welcome, Vicky. And remember, even if you have insurance, GoodRx could actually beat your prescription copay price. So simple, smart savings on your prescriptions are just a click away. Listen to us, folks. Check it out. GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Tom. That's goodrx.com/Tom.
Of all the things we've ever talked about on this show, GoodRx gets the most love letters.
Because it's real and it works.
Yeah,
it's
so
awesome.
It's worth checking out. GoodRx is not insurance. It can be used in place of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid. Once again, in 2021, GoodRx users saved up to 80% on certain retail prescription prices. So check it out. It's free. GoodRx.com/Tom. Coming up, I'm not sure we're going to get those aliens in before Monday, but we'll try to do something interesting in the world of history. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Do you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan? Well, get him a Father's Day gift he'll open every day. A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. Almost done with the show, but we're not quite done with you knuckleheads yet. Coming up, things we learned on the show today, as well as a look at history with Tom Griswold. By the way, if you're not in Indianapolis tonight for the big Bob and Tom comedy show at the Irving Theater, bobandtom.com/comedy show for tickets. Perhaps you'd like to see Donnie Baker at the Funny Bone in Omaha, Nebraska tonight and Saturday night. DonnieBaker.com for more information. And also, Jeff Oskey, the news we failed to mention, along with Willie Griswold and David Brooks, will be at the Pivot Brewing Company in Lexington, Kentucky, coming up on Saturday night. It's a free show, but you got to get tickets through Willie's Instagram, Griswold at his Instagram. It seems a little confusing. They're hoping to work everything out. Apparently, making it a free show turned out to be not a great idea as far as the logistics, but nonetheless, it'll be a lot of fun. We hope you can get in. We hope that you will be there at the Pivot Brewing Company in Lexington, Kentucky. That's coming up on Saturday night with Willie, Jeff Oskey, and David Brooks. I'm Mark Allison. We roll on. Things we learned in history up next on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. Asian stock markets mostly lower after Wall Street fell on fears interest rate hikes will depress global economic activity. Shanghai, Tokyo, Sydney all fell. Hong Kong advanced. Oil prices edged lower but stayed above $115 per barrel. Wall Street's benchmark S&P 500 index tumbled 3.3% after Britain's central bank followed the Federal Reserve in raising its key interest rate to cool surging prices. Central banks in Switzerland and Taiwan also raised rates. Investors worry the moves to control inflation that is running at 4-decade highs might tip the U.S. and other major economies into a recession. A Russian-owned super yacht seized by the United States has arrived in Honolulu Harbor flying an American flag. The U.S. last week won a legal battle in Fiji to take the $325 million vessel and immediately sailed it to Hawaii. The FBI has linked the Amadea to the Russian oligarch Suleiman Karimov. The U.S. said Karimov secretly bought the Cayman Island flag vessel last year through various shell companies. The ship became a target of task force klepto capture, launched in March to seize the assets of Russian oligarchs to help put pressure on Russia to end the war in Ukraine. The vessel, about the length of a football field, it arrived in Honolulu on Thursday. That's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
For Father's Day, give Dad total access to the entire Bob and Tom library. Give Dad a membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is right at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, if I could just have a few minutes of your time, I'd like to speak with you today about the joys of water sports. Is this Bob and or Tom?
This is Bob.
Yeah, perhaps you already own a boat. However, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to upgrade your boat.
Shut up, Randy. Read the script I wrote. Upgrade boats. I want them to buy one.
I've almost got him, Donnie. Okay. The badass wave buster, beast on the water.
And tell Chick he looks thinner and he'll buy it.
You get a free tube if you're not a lard queen or like pork.
I ain't even gave my pager number, man.
Donnie, all right, I'm not going to do this anymore, Donnie.
Get back to work, Randy. You screwed it up anyway.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, internet porn.
Well, there's
photography. You know, people don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
You know, because of the internet.
Oh, that's true.
But I think you missed out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? You know, drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a good day's work, everybody.
Details on the website.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
And for Josh Arnold, who's down with the COVID. There's Ace Cosby. Hello. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Ace, our buddy Chris wrote in, they drive 4 hours to Las Vegas to get breakfast at a place that me and you were going to go to, Hash House A Go-Go.
Oh, nice. Hash House A Go-Go. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
I drive, whatever it is, 16 hours to Vail, Colorado to have breakfast at the Little Diner.
It's about 21 hours.
Is that how much it is? Mm-hmm. No, maybe I'll fly then. We got some great, weird trips people take just because.
Yep.
Brian lives in Des Moines. He goes, a group of buddies and I, at least once every summer, hop on our motorcycles, drive 3 hours to Kansas City to get barbecue at Jack Stack or Q39 Amazing Barbecue. See, that's fun. That's a good time. This guy says, this is from Douglas, 3.5 hours, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, to the Gary Owens Pub, which everybody in the know calls The Go.
Wouldn't that be the Laugh-In?
Is that Gary Owens?
There's also a comedian named Gary Owens. I don't know.
Because Gary Owens was the famous announcer on Laugh-In?
Why was he holding his ear all the time?
So he could hear himself.
That's the old the booth announcer trick. They get the shepherd's pie or the Guinness beef stew. My son makes the same drive, he says, to go to the Blue and the Gray for their crab fries. Okay, these are all great.
Take the blue, give the points.
Okay. We did the Napa Big Deal of the Week, and I'm remiss, if you will. My favorite story of the week is this one. It's 25 people were injured, many severely, and hospitalized because they chose to walk over hot coals in northern Switzerland.
Story.
Oh,
What?
you really did.
Oh, I love this. This is, as I put it, this is where physics meets narcissism. If you're stupid enough to walk on hot coals because of some dumb guru, you deserve to have your feet burned. It's unbelievably how dumb people are. And this was a big thing in California for the longest time. That some guru would collect a bunch of money and go, it's mind over matter. You can it's a matter of the charcoal burns down. It's complete idiocy.
Okay, great. Time now for today in history.
Mr. Godwin, would you did a nice little tribute. Yeah, this is my favorite moment of the show.
Me feet on fire, me toes on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot.
A tribute to Buster Poindexter. Okay, I'm sorry. Today in history. Let's go.
Go.
Charles Goodyear obtained the first patent for rubber.
Rubber band man.
The early rubbers, of course, used to prevent conception. The Statue of Liberty arrived in New York City on a boat in 1885.
Thank you very much, England.
In pieces, I believe.
It was
Yes,
France.
yes, from France. Honoring, of course, Lady Liberty. By the way, women were not allowed to vote back then. Whoops.
The head and the heavy gnats, and then the mommy parts.
Oh, she's got squeezers.
Oh, yeah.
1939. This is interesting. The last one of these took place in France. 1939.
Public execution.
Beheading.
Public guillotining.
I thought it was later than. I thought it was like in the 70s.
I thought it was too.
I think this may not be accurate.
I don't think that's accurate. No.
I'll tell you one thing, though, about guillotining. The reason I'm in favor of it, it's more dependable than lethal injection, and you're not going to get a bunch of people objecting to it.
Maybe the difference is public, and the other one was a private.
A private guillotine.
Yeah.
You got private guillotine money? Ooh,
yeah.
Edwin Gland patented the Polaroid camera on this date.
You mean Edwin Land?
What did I say?
Gland?
Oh, sorry.
Like in the gland's penis?
Well, a lot of people used it to take pictures of glands.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, before that kind of created the smut revolution that we have now dove into head first, hands out. Okay, sorry.
Heads, hands, hearts. Okay. Time now for Things We Learned, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. When it comes to serving you, our motor never quits. Next day delivery, getting involved with local communities. It's all Napa. That's Napa know-how. Tom does not have time to meet with the new HR folks about my comment to Christy this morning. I called her a stupid whore. That's right. And I could not be sorrier.
He apologized.
It was all just reflex and heat of the moment.
And you being too lazy to go pick up your own sports.
Ace claims Josh is afraid to follow him tonight. That's why he has missed this entire week due to the COVID. He's not sick at all, says Ace. Sam, Tom's other son
number one,
is at Bonnaroo right now, drunk in the mud. Comedy food tour. We're still figuring that out, right? Best places to chow down, then a live comedy show, and then brunch the next morning with Willie and Oskay and Josh. Ace insists he's funny when he drinks. That was the quote. I'm funny when I'm drunk. Remember that?
That's right.
Today?
And then what did you say about that?
Have another drink.
No, I think that's been the problem because Willie had no idea what the term eating at the Y meant.
Nope. I thought it was
I'm still flabbergasted.
I thought it was about bringing a sandwich to the YMCA before your workout.
Well, it could have 2 meetings.
8 at the Y. Tom thought that Frankenstein was from Frankenmuth, Michigan all this time.
So reasonable when you're a little kid.
Roasted chicken pissed me off earlier.
That got you really fired up, man.
It really did. Tom had trouble with the ice machine during the break. He contends it was broken. And
No. I couldn't find a glass or a cup. Turns out they were there the whole time. Ace told me where I put them. I forgot.
Today's quote was by me. Tom, spray me with you. We'll see you Monday. And come out tonight for the big concert. It's going to be a party.
Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Don't know what to give a certain dad for Father's Day? Well, how about a gift he'll open every day? A membership to Bob and Tom VIP. The link to get it is